Welcome back to MarketBubble, a show about investing in yourself, where we feel an overwhelming majority of young men today are in a losing position. How are we positioned? Find out today and every Thursday live on twitch.tv/FaZe Banks, as well as Twitter, as well as my beautiful dude. You look so fucking good today, Z. Look at that lighting.
I'm shining today,
guys,
bro. They did some crazy shit with the lighting today.
Listen, we're at episode 12. I want you guys to go back, just the clips. Go look at the VODs and the clips from episode 1 to episode 12. Bro, progressively every episode, darker and darker.
Yeah, I know.
Just production trolling. Production loves trolling. It's insane, dude. Listen, today's going to be a fucking good one, bro. We got a lot of good shit planned. We're interviewing Brian Armstrong today. As well as Kendrick Perkins, Boston Celtics legend. A lot of good shit. And I'm fucking excited, and I'm feeling extra grateful today. How are you feeling?
Same, bro. I'm feeling extremely grateful. It seems like at the beginning, people were kind of iffy on the show, and then like as it's developed and we've done more and more and more, people feel like they're getting good content out of it and are like really appreciating it. So that's been awesome to see. I feel like we have a diverse range of guests that we brought on. We've done that deep AI tech shit. We've done the culture shit. We've done the market shit. We've given some good trades on here. Like we pretty much covered everything, I feel like, which is exactly how I wanted it to look like. So it's been cool to see the vision come together. I'm excited for how we keep building it out, to be honest.
Just seeing
and
more
reading.
And more.
And we're starting to read, which is even crazier.
We are starting to read. We'll get to that in a second. We're starting a little book club, being proper 40-year-old men over here. But yeah, no, just on that note, though, I just want to say thank you to fucking everybody who's showing up and supporting the show. And yeah, it's flipped pretty fairly quickly. I mean, when we dropped the show initially, people were kind of memeing it, and you were seeing like Bold Leonidas doing his funny little cartoons, and people just like whatever infamous clip of you talking about not owning Bitcoin or Solana turned out to be right about that. And you've been right a lot on the show up to this point. And yeah, you got guys like him. This is kind of a full circle moment for me. I've been following him since I fucking joined crypto, and he's somebody who I really, really respect his opinion. He's definitely one of like my quants, and him talking about watching the show regularly and just kind of vouching for the show, seeing things like that a lot, and just generally like positive sentiment around the show. People are seeing it. The vision's coming together, and I couldn't be more grateful for it, to be honest. Really trying to just continue to curate this community with things like the commercial contest, and you're hosting the fucking graffiti thing right now, the book club shit, the things that we're doing with chat, airdrop and chat, bringing on more partners who see the vision. It's coming together. We're 12 episodes in, and yeah, I'm fucking stoked. I'm stoked. On that note, should we crown the winners of the commercial?
Yeah, let's do it. Can we watch some of them? We got them on here.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can do that. I think we just posted one on MarketBubble, if I'm not mistaken. I think one of them posted one. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, we have them. Yeah, I think we have them here, right?
There it is.
They're all here on this page.
Actually, haven't watched this one yet. Have you seen this?
We got some cracked people in the community. Like, what the fuck?
That's sick.
Yeah, this shit is hard, bro. This shit is hard.
Bro, it's almost too hard.
Yeah, it's like legit production quality.
It made me so fat.
It did make you kind of chunky, man.
I look fat.
Yeah.
I have 11% body fat. Bro, I did not see this part.
Yeah, this is hard. I thought
Bro, what the fuck?
it's fucking dope.
This is insane.
Hurry the fuck up. You're hosting MarketBubble in 5 minutes.
Yeah. The bad bitch
you
robot.
looking at other robot bitches
the
again?
bad
You're a
bitch
dog.
robot.
That's too good.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Fatty Bags.
Bro.
Shout out
That's
Fatty.
hard as fuck, bro.
Shout out Fatty Bags. I love the robot girl. I love that she's kind of like slowly becoming like the mascot of the show, Bubbles. And yeah, it's only a matter of time, guys. It's only a matter of time before you know what. But yeah, listen, just formally announced Fatty Bags, AI Bald King. Saw that one coming from a mile away. Vince Reyes, Burden, and Don Rock 1987. 5 winners. You guys are all getting airdropped $1,000. Ansem, thank you guys so much for participating. We want to do things like this regularly on the show. Quick little commercial competition. Super fun. Really enjoyed watching these. Yeah, thank you guys. Obviously, Z, you have running right now this graffiti thing, right? For another week,
bro. I tried to get it up. The fucking I was having some errors doing the bounties on Pump, but it's gonna be up. I haven't put it up yet, but it's gonna be up.
Wow, Pump fumbling the bag. What else is new? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And yeah, that's about. Actually, no. We do have one more now. A little internal show announcement. It's the book club thing. We kind of joked about it 2 episodes ago, and then talked about actually doing it, following through with it. And Z, you tweeted something today, right?
Yep. Yeah. I put it out. I think one of them was winning pretty clearly.
Oh, is it? Where?
Yeah, you got to go down a little bit more. Yeah, there you go.
Right here. I wonder which one's winning. I want to take a guess before I vote. I want to read On the Edge by Nate Silver. That's what I personally want to read. Because
that's like politics guy, right? No.
Yeah, but he went and pro poker player turned politics guy, but he kind of was betting on politics. Like he had Trump winning. He had Trump at 28% when kind of everybody else had him at 13%.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, Market Wizards. I haven't read that. I mean, I'm with it. I'm down. Yeah, it's a good number of votes. This will be up for a full day, guys. So vote on what you guys want us to read. Whatever wins in the next day, we're just going to fire it up. So feel free to order the book, read the book. And who wrote Market Wizards?
I don't know that.
We'll try to. It would be cool if we got into the habit of reading a book with our community, with our chats, and then having the author come on the show for 15, 20 minutes.
Jack Schwager.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. So yeah, go vote on that. Let's all get smarter together. Let's be productive. A stout, young, stoic gentleman. Some of us younger than others, but yeah, hopefully we stick to this. I'm down. I'm with it. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, we are. We have to. We can't just talk all this shit about consumer brain rot.
Facts.
We have to.
We have to put in the work. It's worth it though. I was really in the habit of reading last year, but I fell off of it when we started producing the show because that's just fucking how life goes. But I'm super excited to get back into it. Have you read any of these books?
No. Market Wizards, I definitely have read some of it for sure, but the other ones I haven't.
I'm down to revisit it. I'm down to read that one. I feel like it's an important. Everyone always talks about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for the show announcements. Chat. Let's get into it. So yeah.
Oh, the film.
Oh yeah. Venice AI, one of our partners, is doing that AI film festival, Lumara. Just a good opportunity to highlight that here. The AI film festival. Everybody who won our thing, Bald King, you got to get in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Fatty Bags, lock the fuck in. Because I mean, you could obviously do this.
The prizes for this are way higher than what we're giving away, right?
I think it's 100 bands, isn't it?
Yeah, something crazy.
Am I bugging?
I think.
I might be getting my numbers mixed up. Don't quote me.
Check the awards. It's top right.
Look at Z, by
right.
the way, transforming into the Black Bull again. It's so funny. What'd you say? Top right?
Top right awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100K.
Oh yeah, 100 bands.
Yeah.
W memory. And then also I think we're gonna be judges on this, and I think we're gonna host the winner on the show, and we're gonna watch like a trailer of it, like a compressed version of it on the show. This could kickstart somebody's entire career. So we preach a lot on the show about locking the fuck in, opening your laptop and just making something happen for yourself. I know a lot of you motherfuckers are unemployed. Lock the fuck in. Learn a new skill. Join the Lumara effort. It's MoonPay and Venice. So yeah, these guys are two titans of this industry making an effort to try to push this industry forward. We love it. Sign up. All the information's all over the screen. Yeah. Brian Armstrong. I'm excited, bro. You came through. You guys talked a little bit and you got him locked in on the show, and he's coming on the show in, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, he's the GOAT, bro. I think people kind of like underrate how much Coinbase has contributed to the industry. Like they were here in, I believe, 2012. And Coinbase was like one of the, if not the most important US companies for crypto, as far as like pushing regulation forward, like onboarding people. Like the first time I bought Bitcoin, it was through Coinbase in 2017. I think Bitcoin was probably like around 3 or 4K. And they kind of like recently have gotten a lot of shade for not doing as well with the on-chain support, and like the on-chain coins not being as not performing as well as Solana and other chains. But like they're doing a fuck ton of other stuff in other areas that they're really contributing to the crypto economy. And I think it's going to be good to have Brian on. I think having Jesse on was good. Chat love Jesse. Brian should be the same.
Yeah, CT has this like
fucking title is crazy. Armstrong is innocent.
It's so funny.
Fucking production.
That's hilarious. Yeah, CT has this like reoccurring issue of like, I don't know, very cannibalistic. Like, again, like you said, Brian Armstrong and Coinbase have done so much for crypto. Coinbase is one of those products that like everybody has a Coinbase. Like I went to the movies last night, saw The Odyssey, highly recommended. Everybody in chat, phenomenal movie. But we were with a few girls and I brought up the interview, and one of the guys at the table was like, yeah, every fucking girl at this table probably has a Coinbase. Like everyone has a Coinbase. And 3 of the 4 girls we were with had Coinbase accounts. So it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, CT is so like hyper focused on the day to day and often gets caught up on like, I don't know, they want their price to go up. They want their bags to be pumped. And like poor Brian got caught up in this like PFP controversy. Obviously you saw that this week.
Yeah.
So insane.
CT is tough, bro. I mean, like he's just operating on a very different, I think, time scale on how the CT is, but he has to be a lot more aware than he currently is with like what he does impacts on chain. And I think the post he put out was decent, but like it kind of just showed that he was not aware of how much what he's doing is impacting things. And I think that's just, when you're in a position like that, you just have to be like more aware of what's going on chain. It does catch you off guard, like when you first realize what's happening though. It even caught me off guard, like when Pump Fund blew up the first time and I was talking about Solana and Solana meme coins. At one point, everything I tweeted was a meme. Everything I posted was a meme. Every image, every like word, everything was a meme. And if you're like not aware or trading the fucking 10K, 20K, 50K market cap coins, you have no idea any of this is happening. And for somebody like Brian, who's super busy all the time, he definitely is not paying attention to like the low cap stuff. This one, I feel like he could have definitely avoided, but just we all
only have 24 hours in a day. Maybe I'm being too charitable here. I don't know. But like, it's just funny to me to see like, I don't know, you're seeing this guy's worth $8-9 billion, right? And you have people drumming up these narratives and kind of running with this whole thing of like Brian, like pumping and dumping a fucking $5 million.
He's definitely not doing that.
Obviously,
he's 100%
obviously
not doing that for sure.
That's so ridiculous, so silly, but it's very engaging. It's a tweet that'll get a lot of likes, right? And that's kind of like the fucking game that we're stuck in.
Yeah.
I mean, you just spoke a little bit to it, but it got so bad to the point in your life where motherfuckers were like really crossing boundaries and lines, hitting up your family members on Facebook, trying to figure out what the fuck your new cat's name was so they could ECA, like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian Armstrong's currently in fucking Washington, D.C. at the White House, you know, trying to get the Clarity Act pushed through. And I don't know, it's like jumping all over him and fucking harping on him for doing some dumb shit with his PFP. Like, I mean, he had a fake punk as his PFP for a while. It's like, I get it. I understand. Not anymore though. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
He officially changed it. I'd like to think we had maybe something to do with it. He changed it to an actual real punk, a hoodie. This is a good one. I know you're not really a big NFT guy.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. I know the lore on the hoodie punks.
Yeah, sick. Changed to that. I don't know. It was just really funny to see CT up in arms for like 48 straight hours about Brian Armstrong's PFP. It's like ridiculous crypto shit. But we're gonna get into the weeds with him, and it's gonna be a good interview. Really excited about that. On that note, I saw you tweet something. I know, again, I just spoke to it. Are NFTs low key making a comeback?
Low key, bro. They low key are. NFTs low key are making a comeback. I mean, I said this. Well, the one that I personally am supporting and talking about the most, like one of the guys who was like, I was saying I want to support people who build things around the Ansem ecosystem, right? And somebody made an NFT collection, and they were like, with 100% of the mint revenue, we're gonna buy back Ansem. And so they launched this bullpen NFT collection and bought back Ansem with all the like mint proceeds and everything. And it actually was like number one on Solana for like transaction volume the past few days, I believe. A ton of people on the timeline talking about it. I didn't know that they were launching it beforehand. It had nothing to do with it. It was just somebody who was like, well, how do I contribute value to the Ansem ecosystem? I want to benefit from all this marketing that these guys have on the timeline, but I'm going to build something that they haven't built yet. I think that's just really cool to see. NFTs obviously have been a way of like aligning community, and I don't have any PFP connected to the coin or anything like that. So it's been cool, kind of like to see people.
Somebody in the chat said NFTs in the big 2026 sounds crazy. I agree. I think we need a rebrand. I think we need I think they need to not be called NFTs anymore.
What should we call them?
NFTs is so like just negative, or I don't know. I really don't. But there's cool shit happening. Like I think this is currently the number one traded one on Solana, or is it the
highest market cap? I think it's highest market cap.
A random Solana NFT project just on Amazon Prime. The Clanosaurus.
Like what is happening, bro? That's crazy. It's like a real series on Amazon Prime.
There's something to this IP NFT thing. Like we all saw it. We all, a lot of us bought into it. I just think we were a little too early in regards to like actually seeing real use case or real utility. That word utility was thrown around so much, so often. But one thing I will say, NFT meta and NFT era undefeated, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Peak crypto for me.
It was fun as fuck.
You might disagree, but it was just WAGMI, like WAGMI culture. Like everyone's gonna make it. It was all so positive. Everybody was so excited to see people. I think how illiquid NFTs was really healthy for like charts and healthy for trading and stuff. Like it wasn't as easy to get out of your position in NFTs because they're just illiquid. And yeah, there's this element to, I don't know, you see people kind of shamelessly pumping like random fucking small cap memes on the timeline for 2 days, and then they never talk about it again. It's like you didn't actually believe anything you said. You were quite literally just trying to pump your own bags. But somebody buying an NFT, throwing it on their PFP, making it part of their identity, getting a fucking rug made of it, putting it in a picture frame in their house, like that's real community building shit.
Yeah, I think the reason that NFTs were so cool, like peak crypto, is because they performed a lot better because everybody was like, we're going to hold these for an extended period of time.
Yeah,
you're like, we're a part of this community. We feel really aligned with everybody in the community, and we're going to hold them. And that's why a lot of them did so well, is because people weren't thinking of flipping them in the like next day or next day and a half. I think that's been one of the downsides of memes in general, and the sheer amount of memes and meme coins that there are is like everybody's looking to flip them extremely quickly. But the buy and hold is actually how people made a lot of money.
Correct. Also, too, we talk a lot about on the show. We're going to get into it a little bit more deeper into the show, but celebrities and crypto don't mix. We talk about this a lot. We debated on just skipping over that in this episode entirely because there's something we want to bring up. We're going to bring it up, but this was one outlying example of celebrities actually found their way, found a good place in crypto and NFTs. They were welcomed with open arms. I didn't really see any drama around it. Again, because the layers of like Pump Fund, you can go on Pump Fund, you can create a ticker, you can launch a coin today. Like I could do that right now. Fucking Andrew Tate does it twice a week. There's people who go and can do that. But there's this clip of me a little bit fatter than I am today. I'm talking about Gary V, and there's like, I don't know. I'd be surprised if people didn't hear about this story at this point, but we can watch it.
The fly fish shit?
No, it's when Gary V
called. I got a call from Gary V. Gary V fucking This motherfucker hits on a lot of shit. He really did change my life this year. He's the fucking man. And he didn't have to do this. He didn't gain anything from this. But he calls me. And he's like, Banks, I know you're into the art shit, this and that, like internet shit. This NFT, this is before anybody knows what the fucking NFT was.
Gary Vee called me, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, bunch of us, and just pilled me on CryptoPunks. And honestly, some of the best financial advice I've ever gotten in my life. I went and fucking aped it. That was like the first real money I put on chain. I put $200,000 on chain.
Oh wow!
And I bought Ethereum with it, and I bought a bunch of punks, apes, cyberkongs, things like that. And my whole portfolio today can be rooted back to that. And it really did change my whole life.
You know why I think it was kind of different with the NFTs is because celebrities in crypto, they typically were doing things in crypto where they don't have to take any risk. Like when you launch a coin, you take zero risk, talk about it once, and then whatever, you're done with it. But with NFTs, they were spending like large amounts of capital to join these crypto native communities that already existed. Like if you were buying a punk for 100 bands or 200 bands, you were like very deliberately risking your capital to join this community. And I think that's kind of like the difference in what does work and what doesn't work with people joining crypto. Is like when you're not putting up any risk, it's a very different situation than when you are actually putting your capital at risk to join things or buy coins. Like people who buy Bitcoin or take payment in Bitcoin and evangelize Bitcoin, like those are very different popular people than the ones who are like trying to grift off whatever project.
It's extremely transparent too. Like you're signaling to everybody else like what community you back and what you're a part of. You don't really need to question it. You don't really need to go far to like see how someone's aligned, how their interests are aligned. You know what I mean? Like with some of these tweets, it's like, well, what's the angle? Like this person's either, bull posting or bear posting this random ticker. The question is why, and on the back end, buried in tweets or whatever on chain, like they could be shorting it, they could be longing it. And that could be kind of where, if somebody has a fucking Bored Ape Yacht Club ape as their PFP and they're, speaking about apes, why,
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. I never thought about it like that. That's interesting.
It just makes a lot of things like healthier and easier. Just good vibes too. It was just good. I just remember it being good vibes. It was really easy meta too. Everybody's making so much fucking money. Yeah. So I guess on that note, I'm just going to ask you straight up because you keep talking about it. We're all waiting for it. I feel like it's kind of split 50-50, but,
Wrong tab.
When bull market, bro?
I'm gonna say 3 to 6 months. So I think the bottom is already in for crypto, but I think the bull market is actually gonna start and like it be agreed upon that it's starting in 3 to 6 months. And the reason I say that is because it usually takes a little bit of time for these bottoms to form. Even if we already saw the peak capitulation and fear, I think around sailor selling, that was the peak bottom. I think the lows are already in, but we're gonna have like a choppy period where prices like sideways. And still ranging. And during that period is when I think is going to be the best time to position before the like rest of the population actually agrees that we're in a bull market. But I think during this time period is where you're going to find the best opportunities to position in like early stage projects. You're going to get great discounts on coins, which we have right now. And yeah, generally that's how I'm thinking about it. I think like 3 to 6 months is when it's going to be like, oh, now we're in a bull market for crypto. And the reason I say that is like, if I'm right and the bottom is in now, there's a lot of people who are waiting to buy in Q4, right? Like a lot of the crypto native people betting on the 4-year cycle, they think we're going to bottom in Q4. If we get the Q4 and we haven't put in new lows beneath the lows that we currently have, those people who aren't allocated yet are going to start allocating. I think that's going to add momentum to the upside, especially if we're already trending.
You guys heard it here.
Heard it here first.
The black bull. I saw this tweet from QWERTY, and I think it's a pretty like healthy thought experiment. I know a lot of people would be curious as to your response to something like this. But he said, "What is the biggest piece of advice you are carrying with you into the next cycle from the previous? Share for a beginner, veteran, or just yourself to read."
You want to go first?
I mean, I responded. No, I can. I responded. I said, number one, done trading, holding bags for the culture. I did this a lot in NFTs. I went and minted projects and just held shit to zero, bought shit, held shit to zero, farmed W's in fucking random Discord chats, and got pumped full of dopamine. We love you. We're all gonna make it. Also, too, MLG is like the best example of my life of this. Loved what they were doing. I loved everything about that community and what was going on. I saw it, bought it. FaZe Banks buying into like a gamer culture coin kind of made it the gamer culture coin. And I loved that, obviously. Like they fucking kind of made me like the de facto mascot face of this thing. Shit ran to 250 mil. I said when I initially bought this thing at $3 million, I was going to start clipping profits at 100 mil. Felt that was inappropriate because of like my role in the fucking community and how people perceive me in that community. So instead I top blasted all the way up, lost fucking 6 figures on that. And you know, I somehow played a huge role in it running to where it ran, and then like got blamed when, you know, Trump and Melania happened and everything got sucked out and the shit went to zero because they didn't raw stream. It's like, yeah. So this whole like for the culture thing, I'm fucking done with that. I'm not making trades or investing money for the culture. It's fucking retarded. It's just the worst possible position you could be in. Number 2, we've talked about this on the show, but I'm done being Captain Save-A-Ho with celebrities and influencers. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care what their opinion is on things. It's not my place to go and save somebody. Who's the guy who like hits up all the celebrities to try to like launch coins for them? Sahil?
What the fuck, Sahil? Fucking Sahil, yeah. Bro. He's like the demon. He's like a living demon.
I used to see that motherfucker reaching out and engaging with celebrities, and I would like try to get ahead of it and like contact their managers and be like, hey, tell them to give me a call. And I can't tell you how many times I jumped on the phone with, you know, people from my industry, creators, influencers, or fucking celebrities. And yeah, it never pans out well. We've talked about this also on the show. And then 3, just, I know this is the boring answer, but removing emotions from trading and just always taking profits, like just trying to be completely emotionally removed. And just, yeah, always taking profit. You can't time the market. You're not going to beat the market. You shouldn't ever try to time the bottom or the top. It's how people round trip shit and get smoked. I've been a victim to that many times. So yeah, defer to you. Biggest piece of advice you're carrying into crypto next cycle.
Biggest piece of advice I would give to somebody going into their first cycle of crypto or whatever, next cycle in crypto, is segment your portfolio into 3 different buckets. Like, one is your safer portfolio. I think that can be a combination of like, I'm just gonna include stocks. So I think that can be a combination of stocks and your like safer crypto assets that you're comfortable holding like over a 6-month plus, 12-month plus time frame. So like Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, like the majors hype, like those coins, that should be like 60-70% of your portfolio. And if you have a 9-to-5 and you're working on a consistent basis, whenever you put some money aside in savings and put some money aside to buy stocks, also put some money aside to buy some crypto majors. Don't have to pay that much attention to it, but it's best to accumulate when prices are down 50 to 70% plus, which is where they currently are now. And then with like the 30-40% of your portfolio, this is the degen part of your portfolio. And that's where like you have fun on chain, you're buying fucking micro caps, you're aping shit that's trending. You're doing your perp trading, like with leverage and all that stuff. So this is like your positions where you're kind of have a shorter time frame. Like you may be holding shit for a week, you may be holding shit for a few months. But these are positions where you kind of like riding momentum or profiting off trends that you like are not so confident that they're going to be around in a year, but you think you can still make money on them in the short term. And there's a lot of these opportunities in crypto, especially on chain. And you do want to have a small part of your portfolio that's dedicated to this kind of trading because it can amplify the safer part of your portfolio. So that's the main thing I would say. And I always say this, but always journal. Like journal your trades, how you're thinking about the market, even if you're just learning about the market. Journal how you're learning about the market, what you're reading, what videos you're watching, like all that process, having that on paper, even better than online, I would say, is really, really important because you'll see when you're taking the trades, what your thought process was, how you were thinking about it. And then as the trade is happening, you'll see if you actually followed through with that process and it worked, followed through with the process and it didn't work, why it worked, why it didn't work, all these different things. And it'll make you a lot better as a trader. It's actually how I got a lot better as a trader in 2020 and 2021. And it's also part of how my account blew up in the first place is because people saw my process happening in real time and how I was thinking about the market. It didn't matter like whether I was right or whether I was wrong. It was that I had a thesis and a thought process for what I was doing, what I was trading, and what all my invalidations were. So I'll say those are the 2 main things, the main advice I would give.
WZ in the chat, great advice. That's why they pay you the big bucks, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody's different, right? Everybody play into your own fucking skill set and your own interest. I think that's also very important.
Yeah.
Something I wanted to talk about on the show was a buddy of mine, Cyrus NFT. It's a guy who I've hung out with in person around like Frank and Thread Guy, etc. We've done some stuff together. I think we all did Leap's birthday at Nobu together. And I think he's a particularly interesting guy who kind of specializes in what I call money glitches, finds like little money glitches online and exhausts them and just takes advantage of these like random arbitrages in like the most random like scenarios. I don't know. You go to his Twitter and he'll like give somebody a loan, for example, on a punk. And he gave somebody a $365,000 loan on this zombie. Worst case scenario, he gets paid back $34K over 180 days. Not bad on the loan. Best case scenario, he gets a fucking zombie punk for 300 bands. You know, it's a fucking $1 million asset. And yeah, if they default, it's right. It's kind of a win-win. It's a win-win. You don't see people. I feel like a mistake people make in joining crypto is thinking that like they're limited to like having to trade meme coins in trenches and kind of like spin the slot machine and like that's the only opportunity there is. But this motherfucker finds opportunities all over the place. And we were originally going to get into this. He found this sponsor for the World Cup, this random shitty prediction market who we'll ask Cyrus when he comes on because spoiler, we're having him come on the show. But this random fucking prediction market raised, I think, $100 million specifically to sponsor the World Cup. Their platform sucks. Their product sucks. So nobody fucking joined it, jumped on it. I think there was just too much of a barrier. And what the fuck is this? But not Cyrus. Cyrus went on and saw they were offering some cool deals for new signups and encourage people to come sign up and use their platform. So he went on the website and fucking farmed 40 free tickets to the World Cup. World Cup money glitch. Farmed 40 free tickets. He went to 13 games. He gave away $125,000 worth of tickets to friends and family and random people on Twitter. Sold 75 bands worth of tickets. Used 50K himself. And he's in profit on the app 20 bands. So yeah, he found a way to farm through the World Cup like $250,000. And I think he's doxing himself for the first time ever on the show on some rowdy shit. But without further ado, I'll just let him explain it to you guys. Bring Cyrus in here.
Go. The NFT go.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Let's go, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for gassing me up so much.
Yeah. Production, I can hear him a little bit twice. There's a little bit of an echo if you guys can fix that. But I don't know if you heard kind of my introduction for you, but give it to us in your own words. Who are you? What are you doing? And let's get into this fucking World Cup money glitch because it's honestly insane.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep the who I am brief. I bought a little bit of crypto in 2017, kind of followed along on CT. Didn't really go dive super deep until 2020 when Top Shot happened. And then from there, I kind of like dove into NFTs. Quit my job as a dev, probably the dumbest thing you could do. Quit your job to do NFTs, but it worked out for me. And then from there, I was basically like one of the highest volume NFT traders. I was super late. I thought Bored Apes were the dumbest thing ever. Like during their mint, my friends were all minting them.
There's a crazy echo. I'm just gonna pause you because production needs to fix it. I thought only I could hear it, but the whole chat's spamming it. So just.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you are good now. I think.
Okay. No more echo. Good.
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. But yeah. I was like market making NFTs for a while.
There is an echo still. There is an echo. There is an echo. Fuck. Production, man. Production lets the trolls on the show. They just want me to fucking light this place on fire and fucking blow shit up. There is no pop-up on my screen.
On Cyrus. Yeah.
Hello?
Try now, Cyrus.
I clicked it.
There we go.
There we go. Yes. We're good. All right. Okay. Chat, ignore everything that was just said. Let's take it from the top. Cyrus, I just did my own little introduction for you. Give it to us in your own words. Where are you from? What do you do? How the fuck did you get into this position that you're in? Because it's a very unique position and you're this like weird like glitch hunter in fucking crypto who goes and finds all these weird these weird opportunities to make money, and you're really good at it. So explain.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if I'd call myself a glitch hunter, but I started out mostly in NFTs. I took like a really small ETH balance to a big one by essentially just like playing the spread on NFTs, like the biggest collections. I think what most people were doing during that time was like chasing the new hot collection, trying to buy a bunch of it and ride it up. I was just like playing this huge spread that was in NFTs, mostly because OpenSea was the only place you could trade them. And there's like a 10% spread plus like a 5% royalty and fee you had to pay. So I would go into these Discords. I would like buy on OpenSea at the bid, go into these Discords and sell OTC and just in like 15%, 15%, 15%, 50, like a couple dozen times a day. And it like quickly compounded my bankroll up. So that's what led me to quit my job and do crypto full time. Cause that like really, like I speed ran a really small balance to enough to leave my job.
Sick.
And yeah, from there, I've kind of just been doing weird shit on chain. Like, I think the difference between what I do and what a lot of like most people in crypto do is like, they look for these things, they find something that's interesting, they try to tell as many people as possible about it because they're incentivized to, like the more people that know, the more buying pressure flows to whatever they're talking about. What I do is like, I try to find these small little edges where I can repeatedly make 2 to 5% over and over and over again and not tell anyone. So
that's what I mean by the glitch, by the way, the money glitch.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really, I guess that's a nice way to put it. But yeah, that's basically what I do now.
So this World Cup thing, take us from the top. How do you even, I'm curious how you even begin to discover opportunities like this. Like, how does your brain work to where you consistently in different areas, in different categories, find these things, find these arbitrages? How did this one happen?
This one was really weird. Like I was just watching the World Cup and I saw like they had these billboards that were like Visa, Saudi Aramco, Qatar Airways, like the biggest companies in the world. And like clearly these guys all pay like hundreds of millions of dollars for a sponsorship. And then I saw ADI Predict Street and I was like, is that a prediction market? Like I spend hours on crypto every day and I've never heard of it. So I logged on. I saw that there was like not a lot of volume going through it. I saw the incentive program and I was like, all right, I'm going to start messing around. Yeah. And then I realized that like a really small amount of betting could get you high up on the leaderboard. And I spent like a lot of hours on there. And eventually like I found this market maker that was giving odds on Mexico to win the group at like 64%, even though they'd already won the group. And I thought it was like a glitch or something. I don't know. I thought it was a UI thing.
There's that word.
Yeah, I guess. And then I bought the entire market, took it to 100% and went like closed my laptop. And then my friends are hitting me up like, yo, are you seeing this Mexico shit? Like you can buy at 64%. I was like, yeah, I already bought all of it. And then they told me that the market maker was like refilling that ask every like 5 minutes. So I logged in and we spent all night buying that. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, we bought a shitload of that. And then because of that, my volume like went all the way. Like I was number one on their leaderboard. I like leapfrogged 50,000 accounts. I was number one. And then from there, like I just had a bunch of tickets in my account. And I was like, all right, I guess we're spending the month traveling the US.
That's fucking fire, bro. What the fuck? That's
so
lit.
cool.
Yeah, see, bro, people just don't be paying attention. They really just find a good spot and just slam the spot. When you find a spot, you slam the spot. That's definitely something you should know in crypto. Because there's a lot of spots like that in crypto. Like Trump, for example, was a spot like that. You had like an hour, to be honest, where it was like, this tweet came direct from the president on Truth Social. Then it got posted on Twitter, and it was like, wait, this is the president just launched a coin, and everybody was like kind of hesitating. But the people who are ready just fucking slammed it. There's a lot of spots like that in crypto for sure.
Most interesting bar that you said, and kind of like what I took away from the article that you posted on this was, I just find it really interesting that, yeah, your whole method, it's like counterproductive to talk about what you're doing. Because then the more people that know about what you're doing leaves a less of an edge and opportunity for you. Whereas it's like the exact opposite of how people are trading crypto today. It's buy meme coin, spam tweet, pump meme coin, and it's all about attention. People are obsessed with the attention part of it and kind of ignore everything else. What are some other cool like stories you have in that regard?
I mean, there's a lot of it was NFTs. Now I'm like the biggest NFT lender by like I guess TBL is the word. So I like give loans on a bunch of NFTs and like capture 2 to 3% a month, like just lending on NFTs on like decent size. Nothing sexy, but it works, and there's not much competition. So there's that. I could give a fun story on Blast. When Blast came out, they had like the leaderboard going, and I was like one of the guys that was pretty vocal about thinking it was a big opportunity, because this was like right after Pac-Man had did the whole thing with Blur, and like anybody who bought into that leaderboard and spent time farming that like made a ton of money. So like his second baby basically was Blast, and I spent a lot of time on that. I was talking about it a lot. I was telling all my friends to get on it. Thanks. I think I actually bought some NFTs for you on there when we first met. You were like on a plane or something, and you hit me up and you were like, "Can you buy me these Pluto cats, bro?" or something like that. And you
so
sent
funny.
me money, and I bought them for you.
That's so funny. Yeah, that did happen. I forgot about that.
But yeah, long story short, I was like, I got a huge airdrop for that. I felt weird about selling because of how much I talked about it, and so I bag held, and eventually, like a year ago when that tariff stuff was going on, I was like moving the airdrop from one wallet to another, and I sent it to the liquidity pool. So it was like a $750,000 airdrop that I once had. I sent it straight to the
That's
liquidity
insane.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was like the sickest feeling I've ever had in my life. But yeah, I think people think that one's pretty funny.
That's fucking brutal.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's awful.
See, bro, trading anything for the culture is never the move. We were literally just talking about that.
That shit happened to me with fucking FriendTech, bro. FriendTech, I was literally the loudest bull on FriendTech, number one on FriendTech for the longest period of time. I was super bullish on the idea of like social trends and trading people, and then like giving people access for like exclusive stuff, and people will pay for that with people that they fuck with. And I was like super bullish on this idea. So FriendTech airdrop eventually happened. My airdrop was over like $1 million at one point. I think it was like 1.5 or something like that. But I was like, I was so bullish on the idea. I was like, this is going infinite. Like I'm number one on the FriendTech platform. I'm going to keep talking about this. I think this is a great idea. I think they're going to execute on it really well. When V2 comes out, it's going to get even better and improve. And that was not what happened. Friend peaked that day or the second day that week. And it was like I think it was like at 2 point something at one point. And I literally sold none of it. I held it all the way to zero, literal to zero, literal. Literal. Yeah, because I was just so bullish on the thesis. I was so bullish on the idea that was part of it.
One of the only times I've ever like found a discrepancy or like an arbitrage in markets is with Creeps. Creeps is an NFT project. Cyrus, I'm sure you're familiar with it. But they were trading like below an ETH floor, whatever. I bought a few of them because I liked it. I liked the community of it. I liked the way they looked, whatever. And they had this mechanism where you could stake it and farm like Lumi, I think was the token, like their native token. And it was the only way you could earn Lumi is by doing that or just buying it, secondary. And you would buy the discrepancy between how much a creep cost and how much Lumi you would get just staking a creep for like a day or two. It was like you stake a creep for a day, 2 days, and it would pay for the creep. So like, obviously that's fucking insane. You know what I mean? So I went and bought fucking 40 of these things and I started blasting it. I made the mistake that you don't make, Cyrus. I went and blasted it all over the place. The fucking floor ran to like 9 ETH. I'm like, holy fucking shit. I found this money glitch. This is crazy. You need to go buy these. Eventually the floor caught up. They ran up to like 9 ETH. And those guys, I think I had like similar number, like 900K worth of Lumi just by staking creeps. I was just kept buying them, staking them. And those guys dropped Lumi like during all the hype stuff, like for sale for cash, and completely fucked up the market. And I had to write it to zero because I talked about it so much. I made no money on it. I just literally wrote it to zero.
It's kind of hard to balance like what you do and don't talk about, like when you're buying stuff and you have some sort of a following, because there's like that moral weird fine line where can I sell, can I not sell, am I fucking people over by talking about it and then selling? Like that's why
even take it a step further. You could go the right way and do it right and not sell, but just by talking about it, now you're directly associated with its success or with its demise. And if shit goes the wrong way, you're fucking blamed for it. Yeah. Regardless of how it's never worth it. It's literally never worth it.
I kind of pulled this off pretty well with Solana this past cycle, because I was like, you can have whatever X percent of your portfolio in the safe stuff, X percent of your portfolio in the gen stuff. This is what I'm doing. And I kind of let people know ahead of time, like when I'm selling, I'm going to let you know that I'm selling. Like I have certain targets in mind. I'm going to flip, but it's going to be public and I'm going to tell you. And I did an entire thread on Solana that cycle. It was like a month-to-month thing. Started at like $20. It went to fucking 260 or whatever it was, 297. But when I sold, I let people know that I was selling. And so it was like, I told you guys at the bottom, I gave you the prices all the way up. Like, I think it's the top, now I'm selling. I let people know. And that's like pretty transparent. I think is kind of the way that you can do it with majors. With on-chain coins, it's obviously just like way different. Like for on-chain coins, they need to go way, way, way higher for it to be cool to you doing anything crazy with that. But majors, it's a lot easier, I think.
Yeah, I think something I did that kind of made it easier for me was like the way my account got any sort of following was I wrote a thread about my entire strategy on NFTs. I had like 500 followers in like 2022. Yeah. I wrote a thread one day because I was like, all right, I found something that actually works. I'm just going to write. Huge mistake because the next day everyone else is using this strategy. And it's like my margins go down like 75%, but I didn't know that. I was naive. So I wrote this thread. I wake up, I have like 30,000 followers overnight. And like, all these discords I'm going in to sell the NFTs in, OTC, they're filled with like dozens of new people. But so that was kind of a pain in the ass. I lost a lot of edge there. But the good thing was that everybody knew me as the guy who was like buying an NFT and immediately looking to resell it. So you can't really get mad at me if I'm buying something and saying, oh, I bought it.
You bought infinite goodwill and trust in that specific niche. Where you
because I was saying what I was doing. I was saying what I was doing. So, and people still get mad though. Like you buy an eighth and you sell it the same day. People are like, well, fuck you, get out of here. Like,
yeah, bro. The NFT communities were diehard, bro. They did not like people selling at all. They did not like that shit.
It's healthy though. Bring that shit back. That was really the only negative part of like NFTs. Everything else was fucking wag me. Everybody's awesome. Sunshine and rainbows, funny little cartoons. It was kind of gay, but it was like, it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool. Cyrus, what's the best investment you've ever made? What's the worst investment you've ever made?
Oh, best investment? I mean, it's hard because my like Kingmaker trade was that NFT strategy where I just like turned a small amount of ETH into like a couple thousand ETH, and I held the ETH all the way up. Didn't sell enough of it above 4K, but like that was what was like really my Kingmaker. It was those small NFT trades. But like buying Hyperliquid day one was a big one. Having high conviction on NFT lending, like that also paid off. That's like tens of thousands of transactions, but that's another thing.
Your bread and butter, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Like I feel like I know I know what I'm good at, and I kind of stick to that, and I try not to stray away from it. Like I don't really trade memes. I'm not really, I'm not like trading perps like crazy or anything. I'll take some swings here and there, but I'm not risking like a real percentage of my book on stuff that I don't have conviction on. So I
guess you'd be the right person to ask that. We talked about this before you jumped on, but are NFTs back? Like, what are the statistics saying? And yeah, I see you're about to say no.
I mean, it depends what you mean by our NFTs back. Like, I don't think they're ever going to have the volume and the liquidity that they had like back then. I don't think anything's ever going to run from $100 to 500K again. But like, there are these little periods. And I mean, it would have to be like a big gaming studio, like fully goes all in on NFTs. And there's like a brand new user base that's like trading these things. Like, seeing how trading cards are going right now gives me some hope, but it's tough. Like
I don't think the gaming studios or game or platform even necessarily has to be like all in on crypto and NFTs. I think we just have to make it you have to make it available. You have to make it an available option. Like if GTA 6 allows me to walk around as a fucking zombie crypto punk, I could definitely see shit going fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, like
it would go crazier. I think like
or like somebody earns something on GTA and they sell it for like a few thousand bucks. I could see that going crazy viral. Like
sure.
I played GTA, I built this little fort or whatever, and I earned this crown that I sold for 5K.
Polymarket bought the biggest skyscraper in Aiden Ross's server for fucking $20 million. I could see it. I could see the headline. I could see this Deserto tweet right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's a super high probability of happening, but if it were to happen, that would be what it looks like, I think.
See, that's crazy. I think it's guaranteed. I think it's fucking guaranteed. I don't
Bro
think
said
it's a matter.
guaranteed.
Bro, I do. I really do.
Guaranteed.
And I'm positioned accordingly. Maybe it's because of my history and background in gaming, but like NFTs were not hard for me to wrap my head around or buy into or take the pill on because of CSGO skins. Like I heard about this, I saw it, I took a glance at it, and it immediately clicked for me. And I knew it didn't blow my mind the way I feel it blew a lot of other people's mind, because I witnessed in real time years prior Dragon Lores, factory new Dragon Lores being sold for fucking $10,000, $20,000. Knives in video games. There's CSGO skins now that are worth fucking millions of dollars. And that's skins in a video game that are limited to that platform exactly. Like it has no use outside of CSGO. Where like, I don't know. And just the more and more time people spend online, I just don't think like the concept of metaverse is right. I just don't think like the tech has allowed for it to be like done in any sort of meaningful way that's really sticky, that's gonna like lend itself to onboard as many people as as many users as Facebook or Instagram. But when that exists, when there's a platform that people are walking around and they have a whole second life, they have a whole second identity, and it's as big as fucking Facebook. And again, I can walk around as a fucking alien CryptoPunk, and it's like has all this crazy history and lore of being like the first tradable online and like the Picasso of the fucking internet. And there's only 9 of them. And people are seeing this in real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. I just think that when you say, will NFTs ever be back? Like, I just think the level that they were at back then, doing like hundreds of millions of dollars of volume a day, and like the shit that was going on, like ape coin drops, like anybody who has an NFT gets a $250,000 airdrop. Like the first ape I ever bought was for like over $500,000. And it was like my entire port. And the only reason I bought it was because it had ape coin in it. There was like this, the craziest ARB of all time was when ApeCoin came out, and you could buy apes that were already listed. And it was like buying a Ferrari for like $500,000, and you open the door and there's $250,000 of cash sitting on the driver's seat. and like it was like, and it was crazy. People were thinking there was no bots on that in the early days. Like you could manually click a fucking button on your computer and boom, $250,000. Like that's over, crazy. Like it was. Like, yeah, so when you say NFTs are back, I think of that, and I don't think anything like that will ever happen again.
I mean, more so digital like tradables, like digital like product, things like I hate the fucking word NFT. I think it's so like, I think it's completely broken. I think it's like minus aura. I think it has like such a negative connotation around it. Like,
yeah, bro, I put NFT on the end of my username on Twitter. That was like the biggest L of my life.
There's always time to change it, brother. There's always time to change it. Yeah, well, fuck, brother. Thank you for coming on. The article was brilliant, super cool. And yeah, I mean, Cyrus NFT, always a good account to follow, and always good chatting with you, bro. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, you guys are killing it. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Peace. Super interesting. I just felt like that was
super smart, bro.
Yeah, he's a sharp kid. It's just interesting for someone's brain to work like that. It's like such an outlying quality to have. Like, I don't know, you just see people like flock to where, you know, it's just that cycle of like, I watch somebody get rich on meme coins. I'm going to go try to trade meme coins, get burnt on meme coins. And like, that's their experience in crypto. But there are so many things. There's so much.
Yeah. Like making money on the internet is literally, that is crypto. Like that's something that's never going to go away. I think honestly, what's interesting about NFTs is like how complex some of like the mechanisms and design of the stuff that people are building around NFTs, like a lot of the games and shit like that. We haven't had that much cool like mechanism speculation.
Zero, brother. There's been zero good NFT.
I think there's going to be some cool shit that people build. I don't know if it's going to be like coins, NFTs, or a combination, but I would bet that like what's going to drive retail interest into crypto coming up this cycle is like something that people can speculate on, but it's also kind of gamified in a way. And it's not just like pure meme and price. It's like other things that you can do or other ways that you can play this game. Because like the financial games, I think are one of the coolest things.
Like gamify trading. We talked about it last episode. Like the effort to gamify trading, I think is a super slept on effort. I don't think enough people are spending enough time doing it. These like boutique game studios, for example, game developers, like, I don't know. I think there's a fucking huge opportunity there. I think NFTs, whatever they're called, hopefully they're not still called NFTs at that point. I think NFTs need a major rebrand, reform. But I don't think that shit's going fucking anywhere. It's interesting that that's his take on it. Like from as close up to it as he is.
It was just so crazy, bro.
It was
like,
crazy.
It was so crazy. Like there was so many random coins. I mean, like so many random like NFTs that went to 100K plus like per NFT from like nothing.
There's like a direct one-to-one core. Like you could say the same thing for meme coins, like last cycle versus like right now. Like a common theme and thread has been like our meme coins back. I mean, fucking 2024, we saw, you know, a new runner every single day, hundreds of millions of dollars every single day. And now it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, for sure. Like the last cycle stuff, I think was definitely crazy, definitely crazy.
Kendrick Perkins is coming on in 7 minutes. I'm gonna take my quarterly show piss right now. I'm gonna pass it off to Z. Z, talk about whatever you want.
Yo, what's good, chat? How we doing? What should we talk about while the man is gone? Da 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 da. What's up? Do I think they're going to KYC use on Hyperliquid? And do I think Lighter's going to eat their market share? I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I wish I knew. I have no idea. But I feel like if they KYC people on Hyperliquid, wouldn't Lighter have the same issue? No? Best YouTuber for all things crypto, stock, and majors. TraderMain is pretty good. I don't know if he doesn't really do a lot of stock stuff, but like his trading YouTubes are good. They'll teach you like very in-depth technical analysis stuff and all that, and they'll go over like the different crypto majors and mid caps. As far as stocks, I like this guy Amit, to be honest. This guy Amit is investing. Where is it at? I don't pull him up. Yeah, this guy. I like this guy. Amit. He's really good on stock stuff. He does like fundamental reviews of different stocks. He's pretty consistent with everything. Okay, he's talking about Google, talking about AMD, talking about Trump and the fucking Iran situation, which is crazy, by the way, that's still going on. They've said it's over so many times, and it just keeps not being over. I don't know how long this shit is gonna go on for, but markets haven't cared that much about it still being an issue. So it is kind of interesting. The main thing has been oil ripped back to like 90, I want to say. Yeah.
I'm back.
Yo, what's good, King?
You saw TJR crash out on Twitter?
Really? On what? About what?
Just CT on his dick about something. You saw the watch thing. He like, I don't know. He I don't know if he sold Ansem or what the fuck happened, but did something to piss CT off. CT was all over him, and he went off and just was tweeting crazy shit. This is a tweet that I just wanted to get, just wanted to share. Fuck CT and fuck that coin. Someone is showing him Jimothy, the raccoon, and it's just like, I don't know. I saw a tweet from somebody, and I just wanted to highlight it. CT alienates the one guy position to bring volume to CT because of a watch raffle or he sold a coin, something dumb. I don't know. It's just like typical. Celebrities and crypto just don't mix, man. This isn't really even a celebrity. He trades like, you know, like he's a trader. And he's like, fuck CT and fuck that coin.
Yeah, I mean, CT's very abrasive. I mean, if you're like not used to dealing with those people in your mentions all the time, it's like gonna be difficult to navigate that. People say crazy shit to me all the fucking time. But it's like I just know it's like 4chan, bro.
You're so cool, calm, collected.
It's like
poised. Kendrick Perkins, man, I'm nervous. This is the first time I've been even slightly nervous for a guest.
Bro.
Yeah.
He's a legend, bro.
I'm from Boston. He's legendary. He's a legendary guy.
What time is it? Oh, 2:35.
When's Brian coming on?
Polymarket, Somebody said we need a Polymarket for how many times Banks is gonna say the word production stream.
Let's go ahead. That's a good one.
That's fucking funny.
Somebody should do the counter. Someone did a goat counter, and it was one of my favorite.
Yeah, that was funny as hell, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
You want to drop chat some stimmies?
Let's see. Chat. What should we ask? What should we ask Kendrick? Give us a good question. You're looking beautiful. Thanks, man. You're the best.
Coinbase man is coming. What's a stimmy? He's been airdropping chat, his community, Twitter, with Ansem. Little $1,000 stimmy.
What's my take on stable chain joining the chain war? I feel like I have seen this. Stable is like one of the L1s that's building on top of Tether, right? Oh, this is an interesting spot. I was meaning to look into this actually today. So yeah, stable is kind of like, you know Plasma? Do you know XPL Plasma?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so Plasma's an L1 that's like also kind of like built on top of the Tether ecosystem, and the whole thing is like focusing on payments and like debit cards and all that spending and that stuff. Plasma and Stable are both like similar L1s trying to do similar things, and things like Stable just launched their chain and just like
They just did that.
Yeah. Oh, that's why people are talking to me about Stable. Yeah, they just launched their chain.
Why is everyone doing this now?
Trading on stuff.
Is it literally because of you, by the way?
I don't know. To be, I don't know. I'm like, we're back, and everybody's like, what? Back? What? Let's go. I have no fucking idea, to be honest. The timing of the Robinhood shit was wild. That was wild. Like them supporting all the Robinhood coins and shit right after I did the Ansem shit was wild to me. Because before that, it was like nothing happening.
Yeah.
Anyway,
zero.
I mean, I'm usually pretty good at timing the market, to be honest. I think people are kind of like looking for things to go risk on in different ways. And when you have some momentum in the market, then like big companies and protocols try and take advantage of that by launching stuff. So
someone said thoughts on Hyperliquid. That's a good question.
Yeah, Hyperliquid's been underperforming a lot the past couple of weeks. I'm not exactly sure what's driving it.
The lighter?
Maybe lighter, but I don't really think it's lighter. I think it's more so just that, I mean, people are up a good chunk on Hyperliquid. It's been one of the only coins that's outperformed in crypto this year. It hit close to 80 from bottom at like $20. So people are in profit. I have seen some speculation around the like policy stuff with the US. I don't know how true it is. I have no information on that, but I do know that that's a concern for people, like if they're gonna have to deal with issues surrounding the KYC stuff. So that could be a reason why, even if people are like speculating or waiting on clarity for what that looks like, that could be a reason. But more so, I think it's just like profit taking in the market. I don't think it's anything crazy. It hasn't like underperformed a ton. It's still kind of like in the same range. It's like in the 50 to 75 range. It's not like it's underperforming a lot, but yeah, there have been Solana's actually been outperforming Hyperliquid recently. I think there's like a kind of a repositioning where everybody was all in hype because it was the only thing going up, and the people are kind of like diversifying, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Hyperliquid briefly flipped Solana.
Price, price of the asset. Yeah.
Wow. Is he ever wrong, chat? Is he ever wrong?
I'm wrong all the time, man. I'm wrong all the time. I just try to be right more than I'm wrong.
You know, I'm gonna get. You're definitely right more than you're wrong. Yeah. We're just waiting for the man, the myth, the legend, Kendrick Perkins. I think he's getting situated in the green room. Super excited, grateful to have him on. Production is telling me that he's ready. So yeah, fuck it. Let's bring him in. Wow. KP, I gotta be honest with you, brother. I'm nervous. I'm a kid, Irish kid from Boston, grew up in Lowell, Mass. Really just a crazy, surreal experience for me right now talking to you. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the show.
Bro, nervous for what? For what? Like, For what? I'm just, hey,
Brother,
listen,
you're goated.
all I did was play basketball for a living. All I did was win a 2008 championship down there in the fucking Beantown. That's all I did.
Tell it,
and,
baby.
and right now, I'm in an Airbnb. I'm in Orlando. By the way, do y'all have kids?
Yeah.
I was about to say don't have them. I was about to say,
See, yes, bro, yes.
I was about to say don't have none because they take up your whole damn life. Like right now, I'm in Orlando at a basketball tournament. I was just in a gym with 40 courts. I had to take 1,000 pictures. It was just crazy. But, you know, I got to see some good basketball. So, again, you know, it is what it is. What's up, fellas?
What's
Chilling.
good, man? Glad to have you on, bro. Appreciate you taking the time. This is sick.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me. Seriously, man. Y'all keep up the great work. You know what I mean?
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Keep
Means a lot,
speaking the
man.
truth.
I mean, we see a lot of this.
Authentic.
We see a lot of this brain rot shit on TikTok and stuff today. There's like I think the internet's oversaturated when it comes to these, like, I guess, entertainment style streams and content and just like more low vibrational stuff. I feel like most young men today are in a pretty bad spot, and we just encourage people on the show to invest in themselves. Obviously, AI is emerging at a fucking crazy rate. I feel like it's really important for young men today to be literate in AI, make as much money as they possibly can, understand attention economy. That's really more or less what we preach on the show. We talk about markets, we talk about business, and it's really cool having you here. Obviously, one of our partners is Polymarket. Prediction market allows you to kind of trade real world events. And one of the biggest markets on there this week is LeBron and his next team. Obviously, you being on the show, wanted to get your opinion on that, what you're thinking about with that.
Well, let me say this. I don't think we'll be getting any news anytime this weekend. So I think everybody got to keep a cool booty and focus on the WNBA All-Star game, All-Star weekend. I think that's what we need to focus on. I don't think we'll be getting any news here this weekend. So I know every day is waking up and what's going to happen with Braun? Is the decision going to happen today? I don't believe it's happening this weekend. But I will say this, before I give my thoughts on how I feel, where do I believe Braun should go? I think he should take all the time in the world that he needs, right? We're talking about a guy in a lot of people's eyes that is the GOAT, okay? The greatest basketball player to ever touch the damn basketball. I'm a bit biased in this case because I actually grew up with Braun, played against him in AAU, played with him in AAU, McDonald's All-American game
insane.
together, drafted in the same draft class, and here I am in my second chapter of my life, and he's still going. So as a guy that grew up watching him, and he's still doing it at this level, and for him to be at this point of his career, where he's still the most powerful basketball player on this planet. Because think about all the things that has transpired. Giannis Antetokounmpo was traded. Kawhi Leonard is in the process of being traded. And yet we're still here today. LeBron James is holding up the NBA. They can't even fucking release the schedule right now because of LeBron James. Think about that for a second.
It's crazy.
They can't forget releasing it. They can't even schedule the schedule because they're waiting on LeBron James. You talk about powerful, but
infinite leverage. It's crazy.
So I've been like all over the place with this. At one moment, I felt like he should have went to Philly. Another moment, I felt like he should have went to Minnesota. The next 2 days, maybe it was Golden State or Cleveland. But what I'm doing is the same thing Braun is probably doing right now. That's how hard this decision is for him. I feel like it's been a time or a few times where he's like, you know what, we're going to go here. And then all of a sudden, 2-3 hours later, he's like, let me think about it again and get back to square one. But as I think this out, thinking through this, I feel like Braun should go to Miami, man. I really do. I feel like the best destination for him right now Now, it's not for us, him being, the best shot at him winning a championship, but I think the best chance for him to have happiness and compete for a title is down there with Giannis, Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, and Bam out of the bio wiggling his toes in the sand on South Beach.
Facts.
Real talk. I just do. Like you put Braun in that mix, they become instant title contenders. Instant title contenders.
For
right
sure.
now, they're knocking at the door, but what Miami is missing is a facilitator. And what happened was it was a blessing in disguise last postseason, when Luka and Austin Reeves, they both were out. And all of a sudden, LeBron had to be that number one option in the playoffs. And then all of a sudden, he kicked a hole in the Rockets' ass. And he led the charge. That gave him life again, bro. Like, that literally gave him life again to let him know, like, I still could be that dude when it comes to the primary ball handler. So if I had to give advice to LeBron James today, and I know I've been changing because, all of these situations for him are eye candy. But if you want to go from being 8 years in LA, sunny weather, great weather, no real winter, to having that same type of lifestyle, Miami is the best place for him.
I'm fucking sold. Say less. Make the trade. We're riding with baby. We're riding with baby. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Did you see they like I saw something on Twitter about Miami leaking on YouTube or something? I don't know if that was some psyop shit. I don't know how real that was.
Shit. I don't know how real that shit was either. I saw the shit.
Apparently they accidentally published a YouTube video that like announced him. I feel like
fuck it. So what? Like I was saying this the other day on television. If I was on the squad or if I was part of an organization and I was recruiting LeBron, I'm jumping off the porch. I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that I try to get LeBron. I don't give a damn what it is. I'm getting uncomfortable. Yeah. Like we're talking about, like, I don't think people understand seriously what it feels like or what it's like to actually share a locker room with LeBron James. That shit in itself is a movie every single day. The way this man is, like, his routine, his scheduling, the way things are planned out. I done watched this man wake up at 6 a.m, go to workouts before practice. Before practice, work out at home at 6 a.m, head to go do an appearance, make it to practice for 11, practice, stay after practice, get extra shots up, go do another commercial, go back to getting treatment, go home, have family time, having dinner, watch a few games. I done watched this man get treatment in 5-star restaurants where he got ice bags and stim units and stuff like that. Like, everything he does is planned out. His weeks are planned out. His days are planned out. His months are planned out. He moves like the president. And, like, when you talk about being in his presence, when you talk about learning the game, do you know how much guys like Giannis and Jaylen Brown and Bam and Tyrese Maxey and those guys could learn just from being around LeBron James? And it's not just about basketball; it's about life.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
Yeah,
real talk, bro. And you got to think, like, this man. This is why I call LeBron James the GOAT. And I know I'm going off subject, but it's all going to tie into one.
Please.
The reason that I call him the GOAT is because, one, I witnessed his journey, but two, is no other player in sports that had the amount of pressure like LeBron James had. Not one. You can't name me another player in the history of sports.
It's true.
That had the pressure LeBron James had. Like, being on the cover of Sports Illustrated, labeled the chosen one, being anointed King James, coming into the league where your teammates Your teammates were preying on your downfall.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, and for you to exceed expectations, you can't tell me shit. Like, I keep J's on my feet. I'm a Michael Jeffrey Jordan fan. But the bias in me watching his journey, being part of his journey, I like no one would ever tops LeBron when it comes to
actually
being
an argument. That's an argument that I don't see enough people making and talked about enough, and it's very valid. It is the pressure on that guy coming into the league and just like at 17 years old, 18 years old. I mean, yeah, it's a fresh take. It's very valid.
Set up to fail. He was set up to fail.
I think honestly, that's the best argument I've ever heard of between him and Michael Jordan being the GOAT. I kind of dismissed the conversation. I'm a casual, you know, obviously like my opinion doesn't really mean anything. And the way I was thinking about the way that I was thinking about his next team and the way that I thought about it is he's at the point now in his career where, and again, this is just the average layman kind of looking at it through my lens. I'm thinking, what's his incentive here? It has to be to go get a ring. So that's what initially where my head went as far as like his next team. But then I heard you talk about feet in the sand, family, etc. What do you think is his priority in choosing this next team? Is it winning? Is it legacy? Is it family? Is it business? Like you said, this guy has fucking infinite leverage. I think he could just go, you know, ask for a fucking piece of the NBA at this point to stay in the league for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So like,
or he could get a bag and join us in the media space and in this entire basketball shit right now. But that just goes to show you he loved the game of basketball. Yeah. And what people don't understand is that when basketball has been your entire life, like it's so hard to leave it behind. I was one of those ones where I didn't retire from the NBA on my own terms. I was forced into retirement, meaning that damn phone stopped ringing. And within like a 2-year span, I was in a depression.
Yeah, it's
because from the age of fucking 11 on up, all I knew was basketball, man. All I knew was AAU tournaments. All I knew was in the gym working out. Basketball was my life. I never thought in a million years that I could be able to live without basketball. So when you see so many guys right now, and you watch guys and you be like, man, he's supposed to be in the league. And you watch these guys that are still trying to get in the league. You watch these guys who are veterans who they just won't give it up and, you know, go into retirement. It's because it's all that we know. And so when you think about Braun, yes, he want happiness. Yes, he want to be able to contend. And the thing that should be highlighted the most is that his love for the game of basketball.
And is that key? Is that key? Is that the X factor? Not even just in like sports or basketball. Tom Brady is another clear example of like what we're talking about here. Is that like the defining X factor to take a person to that like GOAT status is just like loving what you do?
Yes, because once LeBron James, you know, announced and said it's not about the money, nothing's holding him to the game of basketball but love.
That's true.
He's not trying to chase Michael Jordan, because if he was, and if he was trying to go if he was trying to go for that 5th ring that fucking bad, he would have just went to the San Antonio Spurs, right? Yeah. And teamed up with Wemby. But what it goes to show you is that, yes, he's like, I still could play at an elite level. I'm still today a top 10 player in the NBA. Yes, I want happiness. I want to be able to play golf. I want some of my a lot of family time, but also this is the game that I love. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of people, I was having this conversation with a group of my friends, and we were talking about, athletes, and, because mental health is a big thing, and, in the world today, and what's the separation between mental health and adversity? And I said, well, I mean, walk a fine line. Adversity is just when you hit some obstacles in life and, you got to find your way through it. Mental health is a different space, but I don't even want to dive into that. My point that I said was, you find a lot of athletes, especially basketball players, they find that safe place, right? And for a lot of basketball players, that safe place is not their mother, not their father, not granny, not pawpaw, not Uncle Skip, not Auntie Kimmy, not none of that. That safe place in a sanctuary is actually those 2.5, 3 hours that they're on the basketball floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like that is our sanctuary. So, you know, when LeBron James is making this decision, and we're talking about him going into his final years before he walks away from the game of basketball, like a lot of people are getting pissed off and a lot of people are frustrated, but he has earned the fucking right to take his time. And as students and fans of the game, we need to grant him that and give him that grace to let him go through whatever process processes he's going through to determine where he's going to go, to give him that benefit of the doubt that when he's ready to let us know where he's going, we embrace it with open arms.
Amen. Great fresh takes. Thank you.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A lot of people just don't understand, you know what I'm saying? And I know we in the world, because I do it, we have our hot takes, we have our opinions, and we can. But when you really dive into the realness of it and you go into the whole basketball space, man, it gets real, it gets deep.
Yeah. And you spoke a little bit about how you had like a little bit of a depression after you left the league, but you found success and found happiness in other areas. You've done great and done well. Could you speak a little bit about like how that transition has been for you and like doing other business things and how that's like differentiated from basketball?
Man, you know what? It's crazy because like me being in this media space right now, this wasn't planned. Like I didn't plan this.
Shit, bro.
I didn't plan this when I was playing the game of basketball. When I was playing, I didn't say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be in the media. No, what I had plans on doing was getting into coaching, right? I wanted to be one of the next big men that would be a head coach in the NBA, because I feel like big men don't get enough credit for, as you know, their IQ of the game. And if you look at head coaches around the league, all of them are either point guards or shooting guards. You know, J. Kidd, Ty Lue, like, you know, the list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
But so one day I started on X, when it was Twitter at the time, and I was tweeting out during the postseason. And I said, you know, I remember it to this day. I was watching the Celtics game during the playoffs, and Marcus Smart had left strong side corner on a drive, and he had helped off the strong side corner, and the opposing team drove, kicked the ball, they knocked down the three, and I tweeted out, and I was like, come on, Marcus, you know better. You know you're not supposed to leave strong side corner. And all of a sudden, bro, you know, fellas, I started getting direct messages from like network, seriously. And so Fox reached out and they was like, hey, Perk, would you be interested in coming on Skip and Shannon Undisputed like in the next week or so? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't never know. I was like, all right, cool. And they was like, yeah, we'll fly you out, man. You know, stay out here 3 or 4 days, do the shows. All right, cool. So get to that point. I go out there and I do Skip and Shannon Undisputed. I do the Colin Cowherd show. I do, you know, at the time it was Marcel Wallace and Jason Whitlock. I did all these shows for like a 3-day span. And then all of a sudden I get a call back from them. And they like, hey, we want you for the remaining of the playoffs.
So sick.
I'm like, me? Like a country boy from Beaumont, Texas that speak broken English. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, man, make a long story short, I end up doing that. ESPN call. They was like, hey, you want to come on air and do the car wash? And The car wash is when you go on and you start at 7 in the morning. You do Sports Center, get up. You do. They call it the car wash because they're gonna put you through the car wash to see if you pass the test.
Yeah.
And I remember I was on air with Greeny and Seth Greenberg, and we was talking about Kawhi Leonard when he was in Toronto. And I came in fucking spicy. I was like, man, people may think I'm tripping, but Kawhi Leonard game mimics Michael Jordan. That shit went viral.
Clip farming, bro.
He didn't even know he was clip farming. He just spiked it.
The hooks.
Yeah, bro. So it goes viral, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit. And at that time, I'm like, I'm already a fan of Kawhi. They doing well. I'm just about to ride this whole Kawhi train. So that time, I'm doing Fox and I'm doing ESPN. I'm the only person, check this out. I'm the only person ever in the history of sports media to do First Take and Undisputed in the same day. And after I did that, First Take called me. It was like, "Oh no, you can shut that shit down. Like, we ain't doing that."
Hold on, bro.
But so I rode that Kawhi Leonard train. They ended up going on and winning the NBA championship and stuff like that, man. And after that, it was like no looking back. And so once I got in this space, and once I found my niche, and then all of a sudden, I started to get a fan base, right? And then all of a sudden people started to gravitate towards me. Now you still got some haters out there, you still got trolls, but whatever, right? And man, no lie, when I saw that I was taking off in this space, the first thing came to my mind, I said, you know what? In this media space, I'm not having any more regrets. Meaning that in my basketball space, although I played 14 years, I won the NBA championship, I went to the finals 5 times, I still have regrets. I have regrets that I should have done more as far as working on my game. And when this chapter in media opened up for me, I was like, I'm leaving nothing on the table. When I leave away from this media game, or, when it's all said and done, I want to be known as one of the best TV personalities, analysts, basketball analysts, sports analysts to ever do it. Yeah. That's why, people, a lot of people like to stay in their comfort zone. I get uncomfortable. Like I'm transitioning. Yeah, you got to.
I feel like a big part of why you had this newfound gratitude for it is because you lost something, because you had to face that adversity, because you had this rock bottom. It gives you a fresh perspective. Like you really see things very clearly from below. And I just feel like it's just interesting how life works. 'Cause I'm sure you had that moment too, where all this is happening. Like you said, people are gravitating toward you. All these networks are reaching out. You're finding this new stride and like kind of reinventing yourself. And the thought probably crossed your mind really like, thank fucking God. I can't believe I was just tripping about that other thing because it led me to here. And there's so many examples of doing that. I feel like that's where God lives in that detail, is like that perspective of always just feeling like you said, no regrets. I'm on my path and I'm just going to fucking, cruise through life with that attitude.
Hell
you have to lose shit. You have to lose shit to really appreciate it.
We talked about this a lot too.
A lot.
It's very true for sure.
I think it's what makes or breaks winners, like winners and losers. It's like it's the only way to really explain how people are born into nepotism with billions of dollars and wind up miserable and fucking hate their lives, and vice versa, where people grow up in poverty and wind up, founding billion-dollar businesses and become these like great fucking people who change the world. It's just their approach to life is a little bit different, and just like accepting the bad things that happen in your life and almost being like grateful for that shit, because it leads you to inevitably a new all-time high. So it's really cool and fresh to hear you speak on that. It's fucking awesome, bro.
Bro, real talk, let me tell y'all something. You don't learn shit through life by winning. You learn through life by failure.
Yeah. That's very true.
That's what you fucking learn, because that's what you call growth. That's what you call growth. So like, let me tell y'all, let me give y'all this
winning can
advice.
actually hinder your ability to learn a lesson
You're
because you're just like,
damn
winning
right.
too fast. Winning too fast will fuck you up bad.
You get this ego bad. You say that to me all the time. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, for real.
Yep. And when you set your goals high, remember, when you're trying to reach that big goal, you're going to achieve smaller goals getting to that big goal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, with me, my transition right now in this media space is basketball season is over, but it don't stop for me because I want to be that one athlete that I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to be versatile.
Yeah.
I want to talk NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm jumping off the porch. I'm talking NFL this season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
that's
like,
hard.
yeah, man, I don't like people who stay in a safe place. I like people who get uncomfortable and people who are risk takers.
Have to.
I feel you. This what the media stuff is for me too. Like I'm a trader and a dev engineer by trade. That's what I was. I studied computer science at Georgia Tech. And the media shit kind of just happened because like as I was sharing all my trades and sharing my thoughts publicly, I got a lot of followers and people were like, yo, we want to hear more from you. We need you to like talk and speak on whatever your theses are on the market and all of that. So I definitely feel you. It's been very uncomfortable for me, and I feel like I'm getting better at it now. But I feel like it's having a positive impact on like my community and other people. So that's why I stick to it and stay with it. Do you have any advice for athletes, like younger athletes, especially who once they make their money in the league, whichever they play in, how to go about keeping it and how you think about investing your capital? Like once you've made money, do you have any advice for athletes in that sense?
Well, I mean, the first thing I would say is to all the athletes, make sure you watch your money. You don't leave it up to others to watch your money. You don't need others, financial advisors and all that bullshit to pay your bills. Like, don't get that lazy. I was one of those guys, right? Because when you making X amount of dollars a month, when you making $500,000, $600,000 a month, it's easy for somebody who got, you know, authority over your money to slide 15,000 here or 10,000 here. You don't see that shit missing. One person I used to always watch was Russell Westbrook. When I was with Oklahoma City, I used to walk up into the practice facility and Russ would be at breakfast with his stack of pancakes and bacon, extra bacon. That's what he loved to eat. And you better know that every first of the month, Russell Westbrook had a fucking checkbook out with envelopes, paying and writing his own bills.
Damn.
And, you know, we thought it was old school. People would laugh, but you think back on it, no, that motherfucker was watching his money. That's the first thing that I would tell athletes. Like, hey, man, you don't need nobody to watch over your bank account. Unless that's your significant other or your wife, you don't need nobody on your bank account. So that would be my first advice to people. My next advice is before you invest, before you do something, don't just take somebody's word of mouth. Go out there and actually do your research, do your homework. Don't send it to somebody to do it for you. You actually do it. And then you actually show them, ask them to show you proof that what they're doing in the investment space is actually working. Yep. Because the one thing that we get for us athletes all the time when you make it to the highest level is you get everybody fucking ideas. Everybody come to you with their dreams, goals, and ideas. Hey, man, I've been thinking about this. This will make us a whole lot of money. Oh, yeah, you did it yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get that so much, bro. Like, seriously, y'all, you get that so much. So that would be the first thing. The next thing is, you know, it's so easy now to do your own research. And as an athlete, my biggest thing that I didn't do while I was playing that I do now since I'm in a different space is I don't take networking for granted. Mm-hmm. I'd rather, if somebody asks me today, if Perk, I got $100 million for you, or you could take these 10 relationships that's worth about 60 billion. Give me those 10 relationships.
Because they compound.
Give me those 10 relationships. Give me those 10 relationships. Because eventually I'm gonna get to where I want to go anyway with those relationships than this quick hitter with this money and not knowing what to do with it. These relationships could go generations. I could pass these relationships on to my kids and my grandbabies all down the line. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times we don't do enough networking. When we see people, like people used to come up to me, man, Big Perk, what's happening, man? I'm such and such. How you doing, Kendrick? I'm such and such. Here's my business card. While I was playing, I used to take that shit and throw it away. Now, shit, I'm keeping that. They may hear from me in that same day or 2 days from now. Hey, what was that if it interests me? Hey, what was that you was talking about? Like, I want to know.
It never hurts to be nice too. I'm sure you have tons of examples of this, but like coming up and living in LA for over a decade in this weird, strange media content world, I have so many examples in my life where people approached me for whatever reason and wanted to network with me or establish some sort of connection with me. And then down the line at some point, they become this like big thing or ultra successful or whatever. And it's like, oh, fuck, like I'm glad I was nice to that guy, or I'm glad I fucking knew that guy. And I'm sure, especially in the world of sports, basketball, media, traditional media, sure shit like that happens all the time too.
But that's why you always got to treat the janitor like you would treat the principal.
Every time.
You know what I mean? The one thing I hate, real talk, I hate a Hollywood-ass athlete. Like, for example, or celebrity. Like, I'm here in Orlando right now with my sons and my organization at the Puma tournament. Before I walk into the gym, I train my mind and have the awareness to know that, guess what? I'm probably about to get asked to take pictures. This is what the fuck I signed up for.
Yep.
When I signed up to be an NBA player, it was for the fortune and the fame. What comes with the fame is people wanting to get a picture or autographs or whatever the case may be. Guess what? You should be honored 100%. That somebody want to take a picture with your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
So,
these are the people ultimately that pay your bills at the end of the day. I'm infinitely more grateful. I'm infinitely more grateful and enjoy the interaction between myself and a fan asking for a picture or wanting to have a short, casual conversation, as opposed to somebody trying to sell me on some shit. Like, yo, man, I had this opportunity like that. Bro, fuck those conversations. And I can't stand that shit. Like, oh, are you that one guy here? Look at my fucking new app. Yeah, kick rocks, brother. But like somebody who's genuinely like, holy fuck, I've been watching you for 10 years. You changed my life. You're the GOAT. Like, fuck yeah, thank you. God bless you. Like, you changed my fucking life. Yeah, you have to have that attitude. God will take it from you if you don't, bro. It's real shit.
Take it from
you. Will quick too. Quick.
Real shit. Yeah, so we've gotten to learn and kind of speak to Kendrick Perkins, the basketball player, the media personality, the businessman. What's your best investment ever? We ask every guest these questions. What's the best investment you've ever made in your life?
So the best investment that I ever made was I actually invested into a lot of real estate, which was $250,000 back in like 2011.
Right after the collapse. Right after you won that ring.
$250,000. I invested with a group down in Miami. I don't know if you familiar with Club 11, but it's a big now. Of course, yeah. Okay. So Club 11 and all around that area, I actually invested in that, and to help build that up and everything that's around it, right?
And in Club 11, into actually Club 11.
Yeah, I was a quiet owner in Club 11.
Oh yeah, you played.
Yep, and I got bought out 3 years ago. That 250 bought me out like $2 million.
Yeah, I was about to say that was a lick.
Yeah, it was a lick. Now I had to wait though.
I mean, that's fun too. Yeah. This finance shit can get boring sometimes, but that's cool as fuck.
That was the biggest risk that I've ever taken. You know what I'm saying? So now obviously I'm looking for more. You know, my wife is heavy in real estate, so obviously we're doing, you know, more investment properties. I think but right now what we're looking to doing, we're looking to start our first, you know, veteran home. And I don't know if you guys familiar with that market, but one, it's a need for people who served our country. So that's number one. Mm-hmm. But number two, you know, you get a veteran home that got, you know, 4 or 5 bedrooms in it. You able to put 6 beds in there, you know, each month, you know, the government is probably paying you out around anywhere from $2,500 to $4,000 a month per bed. Wow. To make sure, now you got to reach certain, you know, you got to reach certain, you know, stuff in that process. But again, you know, just that. And a lot of people don't know that's an untapped market. Now, it's hard to actually get those contracts. Make no mistake about it. At that point, you got to know some people to be able to get those contracts. But if you're able to look into it and you're able to get blessed with a contract and you got a property that's sitting up that's not your homestead, that you could go in there and you to make sure that, you know, everything's right, everything's running, it's fixing certain stuff you got to meet, but that's residual income every fucking month. And it ain't like you got to knock on somebody's door and chase somebody down about rent money. You know what I mean? This is not one of them. On top of that, you're actually helping out the people who served you, our country.
Amen. Win-win, baby.
That sounds like a great spot. I've never thought about that. That's a great spot.
Look into it. Like I tell a lot of people now, it's like, yeah, Perk, I'm gonna get into these rent houses. I'm like, do I really have time to be fucking chasing somebody every month?
Yeah, you got hired
about my rent money.
Yeah,
bro. And then like even past that, the whole eviction time and then the process of that is a headache. Or do you want to get you a property and get you some guaranteed money while helping somebody? That's how you do it.
Amen. How about the other side of the coin? Worst investment, dumbest place you've ever spent money?
Oh, the strip club.
So it's the same.
It was a fucking strip club.
It's the same answer.
Like, yeah, bro. It's the real answer. Like people give James Harden a lot of heat in Houston because he has a jersey retired or had a jersey retired in this club called Dreams. But guess who jersey was right on top of his at the time? Mine. and look, like seriously though, but it was like, man, in the off season, if anybody know me in Houston, they know that if you out and about on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday night, Big Perk, you ain't gonna see him in the club, but you will see him in Dreams after hours. He gonna have the fried chicken wings. He gonna have all that. But it was the club after the club, and the vibe in there was just great. It wasn't about the dancers because, to be honest, me and my wife used to just go. We used to just be like, oh, 3 o'clock, we heading to Dreams. We ordered our wings, and it was just like the after hour spot. It was after the club, so that was my worst investment. I can't even tell you the dollars I threw in that motherfucker.
That's fucking funny, bro. Nah,
it's just it's so funny how you didn't even hesitate and how the answer is in a weird way the same for the best.
Yeah, because as you get older and you think about that shit, think about it. You think about it, you be like, what the hell was I thinking?
So silly, bro. It's so silly. It's just one of those things. Like, it kind of comes full circle back to like you got to hit rock bottom and you got to learn lessons the tough way and you got to touch the stove yourself to fucking really feel how hot it is. But we're told our whole lives like, hey dude, what you're doing is fucking stupid. You just don't listen to it. And then, you know, hindsight's always 20/20. You look back, you're like, man, that was fucking stupid. It's crazy about every human being. It doesn't matter how much information's available. Obviously AI. How do you feel about AI? Do you use AI on a day-to-day? How you feel about the tech?
I don't use it on a day-to-day basis, but I do use it. It's so helpful. I mean, shit, anything you need to know is right there in front of you. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It just, it's crazy to where the world is today. Like that's the thing. Like that's crazy. But I mean, we gotta adjust.
Yeah, we actually last episode we had we were testing out the new Chat GBT, the like voice back and forth respond. We were talking to chat. They were like our third host or whatever. We were talking to them, asking them questions about some stocks and like crypto.
How was that?
It was cool, and we were actually surprised at how quick
was
and
too
like
good. It was too good, bro.
They like intonation, like she got like a little personality. It was crazy,
bro. All this shit is crazy, and all of it's scary. So behind the scenes, I'm a big animal guy, right? Like I'm an animal lover. Like just know that. Like I love animals. Like I went to the zoo in San Antonio. Shout out to the San Antonio Zoo. They lost a bet with me publicly during the NBA finals. So they took us to the zoo and I fucking spent like 2-3 hours there. I was behind the scenes. I made a friend, a giraffe fucking named Waffle. I fed her for hours. Like, yeah, I'm one of them guys. But I was bringing it up because it's like nowadays, even on your phone, like, so if you look at one thing on your phone, like I hit I was on Instagram and I hit like, you know, a video where it was like in Florida, you know, they was finding like an alligator was like climbing a fence. And every post, everything I looked at after that was about a damn alligator. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, but I realized that's what it is.
Chat saying like ticker waffle, shilling Jimothy. It's so funny.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, shout out to Waffle, man. Waffle was cool. Waffle came up to me, you know what I'm saying? And I learned something new. Like, like giraffes have like this long ass black tongue. And it's like you feed them like carrots and shit, and you can't really get too close. They don't like to be touched, and then they just like stick their tongue out as long as they can, just like wrap around and shit. And she just stood there.
Sounds like this girl. Sounds like this girl I went to dinner with last time.
I mean, hey, look. I mean, it felt like me and Waffle had a connection. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Perk. On that note, like I said, we speak to the youth. We try our best to speak to young men, encourage them to invest in themselves. Is there anything that you have to say to the chats and the audience? It's been fucking awesome having you on. Is there anything that you want to just leave the audience with?
Oh, I mean, man, listen. My biggest advice to youngsters, and I tell my kids this, is that it's two things. One, whatever you put into something is what you're going to get out of it. So, you know, if your ass ain't putting nothing into what you're trying to achieve in life, don't expect to get shit from it or expect to get what you're putting into it. Secondly, this goes for everybody. I tell my kids this, I tell players on my team this. I actually got this advice from my high school coach, Andre Butte, because when I used to have to go travel and play AAU basketball, I was getting sent off with my AAU coach and the director because my grandparents who raised me couldn't afford to go. And my high school coach used to always say, before I used to leave to go on these AAU trips, he used to say, hey, every time before you step on that floor, always remember, you never know who's watching. And I take that with me in life. So when you step outside, when you go to these meetings, when you walking into the grocery store, when you walking into work, when you walking into studios, when you walking into galas or galas, whatever you call it, when you walking into these places, always remember, you never know who's watching you. And when I say that is because I'll always be on your P's and Q's. Always leave out of an area, always leave somewhere where somebody say, you know what? Hey man, Big Perk is a real good dude. You know what? I like that, man. I like the way he conduct himself. I like the way everything. That's the way I tell my kids, hey man, listen, everywhere y'all go. And when I see people, it's crazy because when I see people and they say, man, I met your kids, man, they were some of the best young men I ever came across. I'm like, I guess they hearing the message. But that would be my advice to the world, to anybody out there that's listening. Everywhere you go, remember, you never know who's watching.
Leave it better than you found it. Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
like that.
Listen, chat. Let's get some W Perks in the chat.
W Perk.
Little stimmy, little.
Appreciate y'all, man.
For Perk.
Hey, anytime y'all want me on, let me know. Let me know. Appreciate y'all.
Great,
y'all keep up the great work.
We'll definitely have you back.
You.
We need to follow up on Waffle. We need updates.
All right.
Love, bro. Thank you so much.
Special connection. All right.
Thank you, bro. Peace. Listen, W Perks in the chat. Let's pick somebody from chat.
W Perk.
Give somebody a little stimmy before Brian. Dude, he's the GOAT.
He's so cool.
Yeah, Perk, baby. Wow. Boston.
A lot of wisdom, bro. A lot of wisdom.
He's lived a fucking crazy life, bro. You can't go through life and do what he's done and not have it, you know.
Not have the wisdom. Yeah, it's true.
Wufaza, $1,000 to you. You're out of Kick chat. You're in Ansem's chat for the W Perk comment. $1,000 to you. You were talking the entire time, and we appreciate you and the support. Z, you wanna maybe give some more love to them in the next couple minutes while I go take my third piss of the podcast? Let's talk to chat. Give him a little, give him some stimmies.
Yo, what's good, chat? How was that? How was Perk? I thought that was fucking fire. That was fire. WWW. Get Big Perk at Ansem Stimmy. I know, right? I should. Maybe I'll figure out how to do that. Somebody said W Waffle. Yeah, it's fucking funny. Bam out of the bayou. Yeah, he was awesome. How do we connect? Actually, I'm not sure. You gotta shout out Banks and production. I don't know. It wasn't me. But yeah, he was solid. Ansem 25. I like this name. We're gonna send you some bread, bro. Bam out of the bayou. Where the fuck is my chat at? Somebody said shit is ripping right now. What's ripping right now? I'm not even looking. Let me check. Oh yeah, Jimothy is low key. Well, there's a few coins moving right now, to be honest. What if I 1v1 Banks in basketball? I think I'll beat him, bro. Let's ask him when he gets back. I don't know. I think I'll beat him. Today I'm looking beautiful. Thanks, man. It's the lighting. shout out the lighting. I ain't doing anything different today. I'll tell you that. Rico is here 200. What's good, Rico? Chat. Who's taller? I'm taller by like an inch, like barely though.
Bro,
like
I come back to this shit. I come back to that shit.
Bro, they asked me, they're like, what if you guys play one-on-one in basketball, who would win? And then they're like, who's taller?
I honestly, I haven't been hooping recently. But I can hoop a little bit. I
seen you shoot. You definitely can shoot for sure.
Yeah, I'm 6'5", you're 6'6". It's all right. I'm gonna invest in like a peptide startup and figure out how to grow 2 inches.
Get the extra inch and a half.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fucking double dip too, because that shit's gonna fucking run crazy, and we're gonna exit at 100 Bs, and I'm gonna flip you there too. No, listen, bro. Listen. Honestly, the only thing I can think about, I was seeing people in the chat saying he's blowing bubbles on it when he was talking about LeBron, and I was just like, man, is this what I sound like when I'm talking about Z? I swear Kendrick Perkins to LeBron James is what I am to you. I saw the chat too call you Kobe and me Paul Gasol.
I did see that. That shit was funny.
That's hilarious.
That shit was fucking funny.
Oh, fuck.
Somebody said, bro, is trick shotting at 6'5". That's crazy. That's fucking funny.
That is funny.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, listen, everybody's obviously super stoked about Brian coming on. I don't know what the status is, but we have him planned and slotted for 3:30. Someone says, love how Banks always says he's the GOAT after every single guest.
No, but it's true though. Like we have only really had goats on, to be honest. Like we've had a lot of goats on. It's true.
It's true. The whole point of the show.
Yeah, it's fucking fire.
Someone said, what's the next segment? The next segment is the Brian Armstrong interview. Someone says Brian's dog is massive. Is that true?
Is what? What the fuck?
Dog.
Yeah, I never heard.
Does he have a? Does he? I don't think that's a dick joke. I think that's just like. I have a Great Dane. I have a huge dog as well. Banks, how was your piss? There's like this small little like subculture building of people who think I do drugs when I go to the bathroom. I don't know why the internet's so obsessed with me being a drug addict, but I've been sober for 3.5 years. Give me that. Give me that at least. Please.
Yeah, like give me my biggest win. Let me hold that.
Please,
one.
please, bro.
Like,
don't take that from me.
Fuck.
Someone said, did you sit or stand? Ban that kid. My favorite part of the show is hearing Michael Cat laughing
in the background.
I love it.
Michael Cat is so number one on
the best. W sobriety. Appreciate you, bro.
Man,
big shout out to you for being sober. Ray XX Soul getting a little $1,000 stimmy. Great comment. I think being sober is such a fucking. It's just like it's a cheat code. It really is.
Yeah, I think I'm on like eight months.
So sick, by the way. Casually, quietly. How have you seen it affect your? How have you seen it affect your life in all seriousness? Think it's overrated, underrated?
I mean, I'm definitely a lot more lucid, bro. Like just on thinking, and like how I work. I definitely am a lot more clear. But it's been so long. Like I was not going so hard for such a long period of time that it was like I feel like it was kind of time anyway. But yeah, I spend my time a lot better.
Cheat code, I'm telling you. Listen, I can't even begin to speak to somebody who like complains about their circumstances in life, being behind, not making enough money, being sad, being depressed, and they're out 3-4 times a week getting fucking wasted.
Yeah, it's true.
You have to at least start there.
That's true.
Focus on what you can control.
Yeah, somebody asked like, did being fucked up like affect your trading? It definitely can. Like I definitely have. Actually, this is true. My worst trade of all time was this Luna short that I took in like late 2021. Was it late 2021? Yeah, it was late 2021. I like already like sold most of everything except for DeFi Kingdoms, DFK and Jewel. I just went on like up only with Kobe because he asked me to come on. And then Luna is like ripping hard as fuck. And I'm like, bro, the entire market is top. I don't think anything else is going to go higher. I'm going to take this short. And I shorted it like while I was fucked up, like late at night. Just shorted like a lot. And then I went to sleep. And I woke up. And I was down just like way too much money.
Honestly, brother, probably for the best. Because if you woke up and you hit a fucking crazy lick, you'd be on some like, oh, I gotta get drunk. Like I play better when I'm drunk type shit. Do you ever hear the guy at the fucking bar like, I need to get drunk before I play pool. I play better when I'm drunk. That's retarded, obviously. No, but same, by the way. I was with 2 girls, wasted at my house, checking my laptop, probably trying to halfway flex that I'm like trading fucking little animal icon PFPs for way too much money. And it was the top of cryptodes. I spent like fucking 150 bands on some dumbass cryptode, bro. And it was literally down only. I like top ticked. It was like the absolute top.
Yeah.
On a little fucking cryptode.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, I mean, bro, but I mean, being sober, I mean, obviously, like you're just way more clear-headed with trading and everything else. I mean, I think what the period was.
Someone said, Z, can we hear the Uber story? Why are you banned on Uber?
Bro, I don't really, it's not even really like one story. It's just like an accumulation of just bad habits with Uber. So like I use Uber all the fucking time. Like when I would go out a lot and go to the club, obviously you're always calling Uber. I'm always calling Uber Black. And every time I would call Uber and we're going out, we're loud as fuck in the Uber. Like I got hella people with me. I got people screaming in the backseat, got all this shit happening. And then also I'm always late to getting to the Uber. Like I'll call the Uber, like, oh, we're leaving. And then you know how it is when you're leaving the fucking club or like getting ready to go to the club. Everybody's still getting ready and shit. All this other shit's happening. Or people are drinking inside and trying to find their friends and everything. So I'm always late to the Ubers. Like when I call one, it sits there for like 5 minutes every single time I call one. And so every single time I call the Uber, all the drivers would just like dock my rating really bad. And so like, I don't know what my rating was even at. It was like 4.2. And I think today I actually was just doing some regular shit. Like I just was Ubering and I was late to the Uber. And then I saw this after I got out of the car.
Oh, it says you didn't respond or it didn't improve since the initial notification, which means they sent you a warning. They literally sent you a warning and said, bro, you're going to get banned. Bro.
You don't understand. Like if you take a fuck ton of Ubers, it's so hard to get your score up.
You know what saves me? You know what saves me? You know what's an amazing investment the average day-to-day person can make and I feel like sleeps on? Investing in the people who are taking care of you in hospitality and just like carrying around. I physically carry around a little roll of $100 bills and I'll give that to the Uber driver to turn up the music or we have one extra person. This is, by the way, the biggest cheat code of all time, biggest life hack of all time. You're in a crowded bar environment and you go, the first drink you order one drink, vodka, Red Bull, whatever, $16. You give the guy a $100 bill and you say, keep it. They look at you like you're fucking crazy. They give you they give you the little head nod like, bruh, me and you tonight, all fucking night. It does not matter. For the rest of that night, you're probably low-key, most bars, you're probably not paying for another drink. He's probably just pouring you, giving you free drinks.
It's true.
They over-pour you. You're not waiting in line. It's also like such a good look. Like you're with a girl, you bring a girl up to a crowded bar, you give the guy the little head nod. Like, yeah, get them right too. And he lets you skip everybody hands over fucking 16.
Yeah, it's a cheat code.
It's the best investment you could possibly make. There's literally a real ROI to it. You get more alcohol, you get freer drinks. That's the best thing you can invest in. And you could apply that to like the guy in the bathroom, the Uber guy. Like, I can't tell you how many times.
I'm a big fan of over tipping. I'm a big fan of over tipping. When you have it, if you like are doing well and doing good, just like I'm a big fan of that because
not only do I think it's the right thing to do,
it doesn't cost you a lot to do it.
I think there's a real return on it. Is the argument I'm making too. Is like I think it's actually genuinely plus EV, like smart to do. Where's Brian? Chat, tweet Brian. Ask him where he's at. Because he's 3:30.
Where's Waldo?
Where's B Dog?
B Dog. Should we scroll the timeline? See what's popping?
Yeah, we could do it. Go Ansem laptop mode.
Laptop mode.
We love that segment.
Laptop mode. What the fuck are these niggas talking about?
Oh shit.
Oh shit. That sounds wrong. Okay. If I play this, is it gonna echo? Get off. Yeah, that sounds not right.
What? Production. Officially in the green room. Production fucking trolling me every chance they get.
Nice.
By the way, they think shit's sweet now. They're like, I could see it. It's like, you know what? Chat's on our side with this. We're good. There's like no pressure for them to they're like they're like happy.
Locked in on it. Like, yeah, it's not their fault. Yeah.
They're like happy to fuck me over. Yeah. It's really funny.
Oh, fucking lit, bro. What's good, chat? Chat, how we doing so far? Chat, rate the episode out of 10. Rate the episode out of 10.
That Kendrick conversation was S tier. I loved that. That was awesome. Let's get some W Bryans in the chat too. W Coinbase, man. 10, he's officially 10, in the green room.
8, 10, 6, 7, 10, 8, 8.7, 11, 10. Okay, we got a few 10s. We got some 11s. Chat's fucking with it. S plus. Let's go.
It's awesome.
Let's go. 8. I like 8. I can do 8. I can work with 8. What would get it to a 10 if it's an 8? That's what I'm curious about.
It can't be a 10. It can't be a 10.
It could be a 10. You know, I feel like we've been crushing.
Yeah. There's always room to improve, though. There's fucking 85 Polymarket logos on the screen. I'm just going to, ask Polymarket if I can just get a face tat. And we'll just cover that. That's what we'll cover it with that.
I didn't even really notice that until he started saying it, but it's actually so.
Bro, our head producer sneaks a new one in every single episode. There's a new one every.
We need a prediction market on how many Polymarket logos are in this screen.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh fuck! That's honestly hilarious.
Brian is ready, chat. Welcome, Brian, with some open arms. W Coinbase, W Brian Armstrong. He's coming in now. Production, we're ready for him whenever. Brian, what's up, baby? How are you?
Hey guys, how we doing? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on. Wow. People are excited about this, and I'm excited about this. We have
excited or angry? Which one? Yeah, we'll see.
No.
It should be a good conversation either way.
Brother, it's fake outrage. That shit's all bullshit. You're the GOAT. You know you're the GOAT.
Yeah. That is true. There's like, you ever read about that, like the tyranny of the 1% thing? Like there's usually the people that are the most vocal. It feels like it's 50% of all the people, but it's usually a small group. Anyway, good to hear him out, learn something from it, but don't have to over-rotate on it.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, great to have you on. Love you taking the time. I think like a lot of the newer CT heads are kind of like unaware of your like entire history in crypto and like what it's taken to build Coinbase to where it is now. So could you speak a little bit about like the early days and your vision for Coinbase back then and how you've executed on that and how hard it was being like one of the first big crypto companies in the US?
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for starting there. A little warm up on the background. But yeah, 2010, I first read the Bitcoin white paper. I was living in San Francisco. I was an early software engineer at Airbnb, and I was trying to help them move money all over the world. I had studied computer science and economics. And I remember in 2010, I read that Bitcoin white paper, and I was like, wow, this is really powerful. It's kind of like the internet, global, decentralized, but instead of for moving information around, it's for moving money. And I had been reading a lot of stuff like Milton Friedman and Ayn Rand, like libertarian stuff in the prior couple of years. And so something about it like captured my attention. I was like, this would be amazing if the world had this open financial system. So I started working on a prototype nights and weekends, applied to Y Combinator. I started going to these like early Bitcoin meetups in San Francisco in 2010, which were Trade Hill, if you remember that exchange, was actually around at that time. Mt. Gox was there at that time. And I remember thinking, actually, I had this thought like, oh, maybe I'm too late because Trade Hill already existed and Mt. Gox already existed. And I was like, oh man, maybe I missed my shot. But, applying to Y Combinator, they gave me the first $150K check as a seed investment. That kind of convinced me, all right, I'm going to quit my job, really go for this. And was lucky enough to find Fred Ursum as the co-founder. Most of the early days was just like trying to get anybody to care about the app whatsoever. And once we got like a simple way to buy, sell Bitcoin, it really started to take off. And then you're just trying to like ride the tiger at that point. And like super hyper growth at times, rode through all the cycles of up and down. There was periods where we had to like we lost 25, 30% of the personnel year over year in down markets. We had amazing fundraise rounds where like everybody wanted to invest. We had terrible fundraise rounds where like, we were desperate to just get one term sheet, and eventually went public in 2021, which was a cool 10-year journey, trying to really professionalize the company, get it to scale, build out a real executive team, get in the S&P 500. That was a massive win. And, suing the SEC and Gary Gensler was another big one just because I felt like he was trying to kill the whole industry. And so we had to fight back.
That was lit. Bro, I think people don't even realize how hard it was like to survive as a crypto exchange for that long. People are completely unaware, I think. Like they don't even know the name Trade Hill, like Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox, like Bittrex, all of these other exchanges that were like super early to crypto didn't make it. I guess, could you speak a little bit about the landscape? Like so the Mt. Gox story, I think a lot of people know generally what happened with Mt. Gox, but like, what made you guys different from all the other exchanges that failed and didn't succeed over that decade period of time?
Yeah, well, as with everything, it's a mix of skill and luck, right? So there was some stuff that we got right, which was we were one of the first companies to get a US bank relationship, which was actually Silicon Valley Bank at that time in the early days. And so we were for a period of years, we were the only place for someone in the US, at least, to come and connect a bank account and be able to easily buy Bitcoin. And so that came from a lot of our work on compliance, security, and just being based in the United States, putting our name on it, taking kind of a regulated approach. We were going out and trying to get money transmission licenses. We worked with lots of different law firms and had the right backers to allow us to get some of those bank partnerships. That really allowed us to get off the ground. So that was some of it in the early days, but there was also some luck. I mean, there was definitely moments early on where, we were like 10 people and the amount of deposits people were putting on the site was growing week over week. And I was like, all these hackers were trying to break into our systems. We didn't have a big sophisticated security team. And I remember there was this one vulnerability that somebody broke into one of our customer support agents' accounts and they were issuing themselves refunds at a rapid clip. And we just happened to notice it while we were sitting there at lunch in San Francisco, and we were able to shut it down. I think we lost $50,000. But if that attack had happened while we were sleeping on the West Coast, we would have been woken up in the morning and the company might have been insolvent. Like there was a couple
crazy.
There was a couple coin flips like that could have gone either way. So yeah, a mix of skill and luck.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that the timeline has been like very aggressive towards you the past week or so for some stuff that's probably like somewhat out of your control. And I know how it is being on CT. I kind of get the same thing where it's like stuff that you do, you may not know how it's impacting other people and the trenches and so on and so forth. But I guess the question is like, how do you think about like balancing? You have a ton of responsibilities as CEO of Coinbase. How do you think about those responsibilities versus like the people who may not know everything else that you're doing and like their relationship with you as like a personality online?
Yeah, well, it was a good wake up call for me because I think I realized that I hadn't been clear enough with people just about this particular community that was following what I was saying on X and really looking for signals about, okay, he's signaling to us that like this it's time for it to run up or different trades that they wanted to make. We built Base with this idea of like, how do we innovate on financial services, build a path towards decentralization that lots of people can build on top of it. And I'm very pro economic freedom. That's the mission of Coinbase. So I want everyone to be able to build on it. That means there's going to be lots of different constituencies. Like in any given day, I might talk with folks like you who are more in like that trader, the trenches, as you call it, right? Yeah. I might also be talking to like some giant bank, some government, that's trying to build on top of this, like the latest fintech. There's a bunch of AI agents now transacting on Base. So we do have certainly a large number of constituents, and it's my job to kind of go understand each of those and empathize with them. And in this case, I kind of fucked it up, to be honest, in the sense that I completely misread what one community was reading into my stuff. So yeah, I tried to make it clear going forward whenever I miss something like that. Just all you can do is, I think, try to set expectations clearly going forward. And there are going to be lots of ways that we can support people building on Base with investments and in some cases integrating into our products. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be in a position where I can guarantee somebody listing on Coinbase or like pump a certain coin or anything like that. It's not something I would personally do. So yeah, I'm 43 now too. So I don't know, maybe I'm a boomer. And I have to put a lot of my time. I'm just like putting on a suit and tie, going to DC, trying to get the Clarity Act passed.
Yeah, that's what we talked about before you came on. It's hopefully so silly.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this will benefit everyone in crypto, including meme coin traders and everyone. But we'll see. I think that's where I can add the most value. And if I've got a great team under me too of different people with different skill sets that complement areas where I'm not as strong.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think CT and like the culture around crypto can be so abrasive and lean negative versus like talking about something productive or positive, like you just said, the work that you're doing in Washington, D.C. in regards to the Clarity Act? What is it about crypto 2026 right now that you think leads people to behave that way or respond that way?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of the nature of the internet, right? It's been around a long time. I think I don't expect people to like give me any free passes or anything like that. And what I've noticed is that when I do see people that are super upset about something, oftentimes I'll ping them and they'll be like, "Holy shit! Like he actually responded, and he wants to know what's going on." And then they're super nice to me, right? Because I think it's just people who are frustrated, and I get it. And they don't think that, they think when they're posting that they're not like if we met in person, they would never say that to my face.
Yeah,
they're just
exactly.
they're just kind of venting and like shouting that into the ether because they don't think it's like a human being on the other end. Whenever I've gotten on the phone with somebody who's super upset, they're like they're like, actually, I'm such a big fan of Coinbase, and like
10
I was
out of
just
10 times. 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah. So your question is a good one for all communication on the internet.
True.
By the way,
true.
it happens inside companies too. Like sometimes, I'll be on Slack or something, and these two people are super pissed at each other or whatever. I'm like, hey, get on a phone call. Suddenly, you can hear intonation in people's voice. They always say like communication it's like 10% verbal. A lot of it is about the tone. It's about body language. So even just you guys, thank you for having me come on here. Hopefully people can see a little bit more of my tone and body language and get a sense of what we're all about.
I think that is one issue that plagues crypto is like people are usually confined to the tweets and stuff. And that's why I've pushed guys like Z and Thread Guy and stuff to get in front of a camera and just speak. Cause I just feel like it reads so much more authentic, more genuine. It's more difficult to dehumanize a person because what you said is fucking bang on the money 100% and consistent across every community on the internet. You're not really treated as a person, more so like a character in the fucking film. What's your favorite thing about crypto culture?
Well, to me, it's like I got into, by the way, I want to ask you guys a question after this too. But for me, I got into crypto because I'm super into freedom and economic freedom. I just think like there's so many people around the world that they get their wealth eroded from them by inflation, like fiat currency, where the value gets eroded, or they're getting nickel and dimed on like these fees to just store their money securely, to move it around, like basic property rights. And so, I'm an investor, but I'm not like an active day trader or something like that. And so that's actually a weakness of mine. When I co-founded Coinbase, I co-founded it with Fred Ursum, and he actually was a trader coming from Goldman Sachs. So we had kind of both sides of it. I initially got into crypto because I was thinking, oh, this is going to be like a global payment system where everything is fast and cheap and cross-border. And we are seeing that now with stablecoins, which is really cool. But the trading stuff is just as important. And like, I'll tell you maybe a little bit about the intersection of those things. Like, because trading can bring economic freedom as well. It's like, first of all, lots of people they were storing all their money in cash in some local fiat currency. The value is being eroded. Now they can store it in Bitcoin. They can store it in USDC. But then they also, like, most people are just living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have any ability to invest. And there's something like 4 billion people who don't have any access to a brokerage or US companies or anything like that. And so now with like tokenization of equities, which is coming to base, I think people around the world will be able to own NVIDIA or whatever like company they want, Tesla, SpaceX, and Coinbase, hopefully at some point too. And they can have real wealth that can grow in high quality investments. It's economic freedom. Like that's the thing that keeps me, even if like my day sucks and I got yelled at and like the people in DC are telling me I'm an idiot or whatever it is, Jamie Dimon hates me, whatever it is, I'm like, we got to go create more economic freedom in the world. And that's what keeps me getting out of bed in the morning. But yeah, if I can ask you guys, like, what do you think Coinbase should be doing better? I mean, I like to learn in these situations too. So if you were in my shoes, be totally honest. Like, what's the thing you think we could be doing better going forward?
Yeah. Great question to us. I think that Coinbase has done a great job on like integrating Base into the Coinbase native app and like the Coinbase wallet. I think it's really cool. Some of the features that you guys have, like being able to do things on chain without having to force people to go create a wallet and save their seed phrase, doing all these XYZ things kind of just under the hood. I think that's really powerful for people. And like also you've spoken a little bit about in the past, like Morpho, I think Jesse spoke about it last episode. But all these different like crypto native applications, being able to access them directly in Coinbase, I think is really cool. As far as like what you guys can do better, I think like sometimes people feel that Coinbase kind of picks and chooses like which products they want to highlight, which products they want to focus on the most. And sometimes the market is not reflecting that that's what you guys should be focusing on. And I think when some of those products that you are focusing on don't end up doing all that well, people are like, well, we feel slighted because we spent our time building on base and we did all these things. We directed all of our energy towards this. And we felt like we didn't get as much, like, I guess, eyes or whatever, or support or from like the top of command. And so I would say that's like the biggest thing. I know it's difficult with like the listings around certain coins and things like that, but that's also a huge one for teams. Especially when there's like other exchanges that may have been like quicker on the ball with listing things. I think that's like especially where the comparisons are made. And then just like having people on the team who are like closer to the trenches and like closer to trading. I think Kobe obviously was like a great hire, like one of the best hires that 100%. You guys could have made and like acquired. But that's because Kobe knows really well all of crypto culture. He knows extremely well what all the nuances, like all the soft stuff, like that's the in between the lines, things that you need to read and kind of understand. Kobe's really good at that. And I think having people like him and more like the younger cohort of people who know what's going on chain and like know what L2s should be focusing on or like what people are interested in trading is big. And I know you guys talk to people to get more information there all the time. So I think that's also really important. Yeah, I think those would be the two main things.
W advice, WZ.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback off what he said, I'm not really the technical guy. That's above my pay grade. But just to kind of piggyback off of what he said, as far as just community support, just being more involved in the conversation, joining shows like ours more regularly, Thread Guy, just kind of, showing up and talking directly to CT, because it obviously is like the core of what you guys do and where you came from. And you're like one of the most successful examples in a person and a product in that regard. So people are always going to kind of look at you and for your opinion and your advice and what you're doing, whether or not you want that. Like he said, I think Kobe was a fucking phenomenal hire. I think just like giving him a bigger role. And I don't know, I think a lot of like crypto native companies and products sleep on like the community management aspect of it. It's debatably, in my opinion, one of the most important pieces of it. And just like having a clear line of communication between you and like the core crypto community, I think is like super, super important. And just like kind of being on top of that. But the Kobe thing was, I mean, that's one of the best guys you could hire for something like that. Coming on shows like this just to talk through things, like it's fucking, again, it's crazy to me that you could be doing all the things that you're doing that are super plus EV and positive for crypto in Washington, D.C. And then you maybe missed the mark on some like superficial funny shit because you're 40, like you said, 43 years old and you didn't realize the fucking ramifications of changing your PFP on Twitter. It's fucking ridiculous. And you really only see this shit in crypto. But I think just being candid and honest about it is super relatable and genuine. It's like, oh yeah, this is a fucking real guy. You saw a picture and changed his PFP. Like we don't need to fucking torment this guy or harass him for a week about it. And yeah, just like, yeah, that's it. The community stuff, community support.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. That's good stuff. Yeah. I mean, I think you guys are spot on. Yeah. In terms of listings, there definitely was some great base projects that we should have listed sooner. And, you know, we screwed that up. And yeah, there is a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes with these projects that we can't, unfortunately, we don't want to like out any of it publicly, where we're trying to like coach them a little bit on, okay, hey, it'd be nice if you checked X and Y and Z box from an SEC like securities point of view. We're not going to be able to do it unless, you know, you get there. We obviously don't want to say any of that publicly. But sometimes our risk tolerance, I think, has been too low. Like other exchanges went first and didn't see any issue with it. And we were just caught up in our own internal bureaucracy. So we're definitely, you guys are spot on with that. Yeah. And I love the idea of getting closer into the trenches, the community. Jordan, Kobe has been helping with that quite a lot. And yeah, like just community support. So if there's any other podcast you think I should be doing, maybe I'll ping Thread Guy after this and we can see what happens.
Thread's good. Thread's really good.
You definitely should.
Recommend Thread.
And even by the way, just asking us for our advice on that, I think things like that are great too. It's very rare, I feel like, that somebody in your position would kind of flip it and ask for what our honest advice is. And it reads as very genuine. Like you can tell that you really want to kind of get to the center of it.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're what you said about economic freedom is like relates so well to why like on-chain even is what it is. Like that's actually why it is what it is, because of those same reasons where people don't have access to all of these different assets, or they're trying to flip XYZ into a lot. Like that's why that exists. The same principles that you have are literally the same principles that these people trading all these things have. So it's definitely an interesting overlap. And I think people hearing from you more will see directly like what you're all about and what you care about. So I think it is really important. But could you talk a little bit about, we talk about the on-chain stuff. Could you talk a little bit about the Clarity Act and like how you've been working through that and like where you think it is, where it's at?
Yeah, sure. So it's been great. We've got the Genius Act passed, or, not we, but like the whole crypto community, the Senate, the Congress. Last year, that was a big unlock for stablecoins. We saw hundreds of US large companies start to integrate stablecoins in the 3 months following that act. So I'm very optimistic that the Clarity Act is going to get passed here. I just spent the last, actually 2 days earlier in this week, I was in DC again and meeting with senators on both sides of the aisle, trying to whip votes. I don't know if you guys ever see House of Cards. Whipping votes was like a term I learned there, but apparently it's a real thing in DC. So it's interesting. Like everyone has got their fingers in this thing now, and the crypto community has an opinion, but so do the banks, so do like the Indian tribes, like because they're worried about prediction markets. The law enforcement groups, like all these groups have lobbyists, and they're influencing things in DC. Look, the good news is that there was just a couple remaining issues that were open, and I think a bunch of the big pieces are falling into place. Even there was one that had nothing to do with us or the crypto, but they were worried about this ethics provision for President Trump, and the White House and the president agreed to an ethics provision. So that's being debated now. And so anyway, long way of saying I'm pretty optimistic this thing's going to get done at this point. 70% of Americans say that they want clear rules for crypto. They're upset that it hasn't happened already. Yeah. Something like 4 million Americans have raised their hand at standwithcrypto.org and said they want to elect pro-crypto candidates. Yep. So yeah, we've done our best to really try to help organize the community, because what I realized was like the power of crypto is that it's decentralized, and that's great. Everyone can build on top of an open platform. But we also need to get organized sometimes, because there was like all the 50 million or so Americans had used crypto, but we weren't electing pro-crypto candidates. And it wasn't until just in the last few years that started to happen. So hopefully we can get this legislation done, and it will actually unlock a next wave of innovation in crypto.
Awesome. No, great to hear. It sounds like you guys have done a lot of work on it. It's awesome. Could you speak a little bit about like suing Gensler and what that was about? You guys won that right?
Yeah, we've actually won a couple cases now against the SEC.
Give me the context. What did you guys sue them about? What was it?
Yeah. So this was like, back a few years ago. We had, when you go public as a company, you have to describe every single detail of your business to the SEC. Yeah. And they turned over every stone, and then they allowed us to become a public company. Okay. And then about a year later, Gensler and his SEC started coming to us and saying, hey, we're really concerned about all this stuff you're doing. It looks like you're trading securities, but you don't have a license to do that. And we said, well, we've told you everything about our company. You seemed okay with it in the past, but let us know why you think that. Where in the law does it say some definition of this? Because there is like a legal test of whether something is a security or a commodity. And we had been very conservative about that and made sure we were only trading things that were commodities like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And they refused to really tell us any specific reason. In fact, I remember meeting with them sometimes, and I was like, well, we're open, you're the regulator, so just tell us what the rules are, and we're happy to comply with it. And I remember Gensler told me one time, he said, I'm not going to give you legal advice. Like, you need to talk to your lawyers.
Like, what?
And we said, okay, well, it's not very helpful. I wish you would just publish the rules so we could all follow it. But, if you're, and he basically was telling us, like, I want you to delist all these assets. And we're like, well, there's nowhere in the law does it say that's the case. And you won't even tell us your legal theory. And if we comply with this, it's kind of just like voluntarily shutting down our business in the United States, which would arguably kind of kill, if everybody did that, it would just kill the industry in the United States writ large. And what I realized is that he didn't really care if it was legal or not. I think what he was doing was this is all like DC insider stuff that was told to me later. But basically, Gary Gensler wanted to be the Treasury Secretary, and Elizabeth Warren, who was choosing the different regulators, told him, you're not going to get the Treasury Secretary job yet. But this is under the Biden admin. They said, I want you to be the SEC chair, but I want you to go after this crypto stuff and really curtail it. And if you do a good job, I'll put you up for Treasury Secretary in Biden's second term. Because if you go look at Gary Gensler's, he taught this class at MIT where he actually is very smart. He was like talking about all the benefits of crypto and blockchain, and he clearly gets it. And then suddenly he becomes the SEC chair and he's trying to kill it all unlawfully. Crazy. So anyway, I started asking some people. I was like, should we push back and go to court with them over this? And a lot of people would say, as a public company CEO, you should never sue the SEC. I mean, it's like it's just going to put a cloud over your company for years while you're in this litigation. And a lot of public market investors, if they know that a company is suing the SEC, they're just like, this is too complicated. I'm not going to invest in that stock. So I knew that would kind of happen, but our alternative was basically, again, to like shut down the whole industry in the United States unlawfully. So at some point I was like, screw it. We got to push back on this. And so we got some good lawyers. They engaged in an enforcement action against us. We sued them under what's called the Administrative Procedures Act, which is a law that Congress put together, which requires the SEC to engage with industry and publish clear rules. And they had very clearly failed to do that. So they had violated the law. Later, we actually sent them a FOIA request, if you know what that is, like a Freedom of Information Act. As a US citizen, you can ask your government to turn over any document that is not classified because, they work for us in a democracy, right? Yep. Like it's the government for the people by the people. Mm-hmm. So we actually sent a FOIA request to the SEC and we asked them to send over all their documents and Gary Gensler's text messages about what he was saying about crypto in private. Because I'm pretty sure what he was saying was things like, this may or may not be a security. We're not really sure, things like that. After many rounds of negotiation with them, he came back and the SEC said, actually, Gary Gensler has accidentally deleted his text messages. We can't find them.
That's fucking crazy.
What the fuck?
Have you ever told this story?
There's not on a podcast or anything. There have been some documents.
That is wild.
But by the way, if the government is ever suing you, and as a public company CEO, if you're like, oh yeah, I accidentally deleted all the documents, it's like you'd pay $100 million fine or something. But anyway, in this case, the court actually ruled in our favor and censured them and told them that they had violated their obligations and actually awarded us some damages.
W. Bryant's in the fucking chat. See what I mean, chat? CT?
Yeah, exactly. They're fighting for us on the front lines.
Bro's fighting a good fight.
Bro, I remember fucking
trying my best.
In 2020, I think it was 2023, I was like super bullish on Solana. Naturally, was super bullish on Coinbase too, like my two trades. But Robinhood had Solana on their exchange, and they literally delisted Solana at the stone bottom in 2023.
So fucking
because
insane.
of all the stuff that happened around like FTX and whatever, and the security shit. People were concerned about that. I will always remember that. I will never forget that.
Twitter forgets and flips so quick. It's so interesting to me.
I've been too long to forget. I don't forget anything.
That one's crazy. That one's crazy.
Well, Ansem, you told me this too. You were like, people are taking shots at you because you guys are on top. And I get that too. It's like, we're seen as like this 800-pound gorilla. So yeah, beat up on them all day. Like they should be doing better. So, it's in some ways, and people wouldn't be doing that stuff if they didn't care either. True, like if they just thought we were it was irreconcilable, they just wouldn't even say anything at all. So anyway, I try to take it as
they care and they do. So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you guys ever had like kind of a mob form like that over something about your
yeah.
brother.
Oh my God.
Brother. If there's one thing I clear you on, or two things I absolutely clear you on and have your number on. One, it's CryptoPunks. I have a zombie. You got to step your shit up. And two, it's this. It's this. I've been fucking canceled and dragged through Twitter for 35 different reasons across my 15-year fucking tenure on the internet. It's part of what we do. It's just, it is what it is. But I relate one to one. I walk around fucking Beverly Hills all day. I get my 10,000 steps in, and every interaction I have in person is super positive and really nice. And I don't know. It's like it's the internet is not a real place. It's really not.
Yeah.
They care. They care. That's the most important thing.
I love that. I always thought there should be a podcast that's called like Canceled and Proud, and all the guests are just people who've gotten canceled.
Tana Mojo has a podcast called Canceled.
That's
really
good.
okay.
Yo, we gotta get Brian Armstrong on Tana Mojo's podcast. That's hilarious. He just starts doing his rounds.
Yeah,
that's good. I mean, Z is like Z and Kobe are really the only two guys that I know that, and Z is obviously you could speak to it yourself, but you've faced your fair share of what we're describing here, talking about. It's like incredibly hard. I don't know. There's this like cannibalistic nature that comes with like CT and crypto that I've never been fully able to understand, because I don't see that it's in anyone's best interest. And obviously when like market conditions are poor, it's like doesn't help. It's like if people are losing money and, you know, markets are down, people are stuck in crypto the last 2 years, and, you know, traditional like stocks are fucking doing well and everyone's seeing everybody making money in AI and stuff. And you're just sitting there holding your fucking Ethereum bag. It's like, you know, I get it. I understand, but
yeah.
What do you do when you're not building Coinbase? Give me like a day in the life, like a fun little, what do you like to do? What are your favorite things?
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, the thing I'm most excited about just broadly is like, how do we use technology to build the future? I'm kind of like a sci-fi guy, like I don't know. I've always wanted to live in the future, even since I was like a little kid. So I mean, I basically, first of all, Coinbase is like 120% of my time. It's just kind of, it's all consuming and stressful and stuff. But occasionally I get to work on other stuff too. I co-founded this biotech company, which is doing cool longevity research and bringing drugs to clinical trials in the next year. I co-founded this thing, Research Hub, is trying to accelerate scientific research. There's I like meeting with other entrepreneurs that are just building really cool stuff. I was just talking to this guy who's working on like an offensive hacking company for the US government. And so I put like angel checks into sometimes like things like that I just think are awesome. Honestly, I have no idea if they're even going to make money. I'm just like, that is awesome. I really want to see what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, I also just like, I hang out with my family, my dog, I go on hikes. I try to exercise in the morning just to like stay sane and not get burned out by all the stress of work. And I travel a lot. So for work, but I try to mix in fun while I'm there, just like get to see people. And
How big is your dog?
Dinners. How big? Like,
yeah, somebody in chat said you had a big dog.
Oh, it's like,
don't say its name though. They're all asking for its name.
I thought you might ask that. I came prepared. There's not going to be any revealing information, but no, it's like a medium-sized dog. I think I want to say like 65 pounds or something like that. But yeah, we understand
you have important business elsewhere and you need to wrap things up. We're over time a little bit, but you got to come on the show again. We got to make this a reoccurring thing. Anytime.
I'm down. Yeah,
makes sense.
Maybe next time you guys can teach me more about the trenches, what I'm missing, and get me more plugged in. So thanks for having me on. Appreciate what you guys are doing. And Ansem, thanks for chatting with me over that weekend. That was funny. I remember you asked me like, do you understand what you did when you just posted that? And I was like, maybe. I'm not. Tell me what did I just do?
Yeah. Interesting. Well, no, appreciate you, bro. This is good. I think people are gonna love hearing from you more for sure.
I don't know what you expected to with the chat and with the show and stuff, but the chat's been spamming W Brian the whole way through. Chat loves you. This has been great. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you again soon.
See you soon.
Later.
Listen, chat. W Brian's in the chat. That was fucking awesome.
Oh, he's literally one of the goats.
I wish he could have stayed on longer, bro.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, we got to get him. We got to get him back. We could do fucking hours with him. He reads is so genuine to me. Like he just seems like a good dude. You know what I mean? I feel like,
bro, people don't understand how hard it was to like build a crypto exchange in 2012 and then have it survive to now, bro. Every other crypto exchange that was built around then is gone. Mt. Gox gone. Trade Hill gone.
You've heard of me? They literally had to survive like 10 coin flips to get here.
Yeah, it's
10 scenarios that could have gone either way. That could have just fucking wiped shit out. And in certain scenarios that could have legitimately, by the way, this isn't hyperbole, could have legitimately killed crypto.
I know, bro.
If they just bent the knee to the SEC, like you heard the guy, they fucking IPO'd their publicly traded companies, the CEO of this publicly traded company who needs to make that decision, whether to sue them or not to sue them, fucking sues them. goes against the best interest of the price of his stock and company
in
that
SEC.
moment. In one.
What?
In one.
What the fuck?
In one. You guys are fucking harassing this guy and fucking spamming this guy about PFPs and shit. I get it though. I get it. But I think the two biggest unlocks for me in that interview, I think two things that a lot of these companies, even broader tech, I think it's beyond crypto. I think broader tech, AI, robotics, crypto, I think they sleep on like the content aspect of it. I think it's really, really important to have some sort of presence, like content wise, and like distribute thought and conversation the right way. Because when it's just like PR, safe articles, things like that, when it's nonstop like that, I don't know. It's just like, it's very easy to dehumanize that situation.
It's way different talking in person and seeing your face. Like you can put out a tweet and that's way, 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 way different than him in person responding to be like 100%. Actually what he thought and all.
Imagine Brian Armstrong and Coinbase hiring us to go do a production for them where he sits in the middle of a fucking room. You ever see those 1 versus 20 like debates?
Yeah.
Like Coinbase man versus fucking 20 people who hate crypto. Like that's fucking, he would for sure win. That'd be a W production. People would fucking love that. I just feel like that's way underexplored and underdiscovered. And then also too, like the community support thing. I mean, fucking Kobe's such a huge value add to like their entire operation, just in terms of like how they navigate, the conversation on CT. And it is important. It's definitely important. That we talk about all the time. Pump Fun, like their business is fucking close to flawless. Like it's everything you'd ever hope and expect to see or hope to see in a business. The only thing that they're really like kind of falling short on is just like community sentiment and the narrative.
Yeah.
Which should be the easiest thing to fix when you have those resources and when people want to see you win.
It is. And it is. It's true. It is.
Yeah. But that was sick. That was awesome. Yeah, chat, guys, how'd you guys feel about that? That pretty much wraps up the main episode. W Coinbase, W Brian. So I hope he feels better about that. It makes me a little bit sad. I know like, the guy's worth fucking 9Ds and he's not like struggling by any means, but even to hear him out loud say like, even when I'm having a tough day or a tough week, somebody said W Johnny Sins. That's funny. Give that guy $1,000. Whoever just said that. I caught that out the corner of my eye. I'm not sure if they're on Kick or on Twitch, but whoever said that comment, production, give them that. The Johnny Sins comments.
That is hilarious.
Too good.
Wow.
But yeah, the culture building stuff, content stuff. That's why I think this show's so important, man. Like I feel like that's obviously the direction we're taking this shit.
Johnny we got everybody. The diversity.
How silly though? How funny is it at the end of that interview? He's like, "Yeah, I came prepared. I am not going to be revealing his name." The fact that his team, that's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, do not say that. Do not. Yeah,
the fact that his team like had to do that, and they did. They had to do that because that could have been again.
It would have been even worse.
Situation.
It would have been even worse. Yeah, it would have been even worse. Even worse. No, he's good. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. The team around him, I think, also knows like what he's doing. You know what he's good at.
We kind of touched on this in that interview, but Z, just for the sake of the show and the hypotheticals, gun to your head, you're CEO of Coinbase. What are you doing?
Damn. If I'm CEO of Coinbase? I mean, I think they're doing everything. Not everything. I think they're doing a lot right. I just would make sure I have somebody on the team that's close to the trenches. Like even Kobe, he's like obviously goated trader, really good at trading and knowing what's best for product. But like I would have some people there who know what's going on a day-to-day basis. Like I don't think there's a lot of people, I could be misspeaking on this, but I don't know if there's a lot of people directly at Coinbase that know like what's going on every single day in the trenches, what trends are popping off, what people are looking at, like what's not getting enough attention. And I know there's a lot of traders like that on CT that like would be willing to do something like that in an advisory type of role. I think like a lot of the younger guys for sure. They're just like there's a lot of these younger guys on crypto Twitter that have like made a lot of money and kind of like are in this place where they don't need to work, but like they are obviously going to stay in crypto and like want crypto to do better and contribute to crypto, but they don't necessarily have like the resume that would be like to work at a Fortune 100 or whatever type of company, but they're really, really, really smart and really, really good at knowing crypto and how it works and how it functions. I think there's a lot of people like that probably be great hires at companies like Coinbase or Robinhood or those kind of places. And so I think having that in place, I don't know what it would look like. I don't know what that would look like, but would be the thing I think I would change. I think they're doing a great job on the regulatory front with the Clarity Act and all of that. I think they're doing a great job with like Base and all the products they're building there. I think they've been doing a great job with like AI and integrating stuff like that. What is the protocol?
Somebody said make crypto fun. I think that like it speaks back to what we were talking about, like all the highlights of NFTs and that meta.
Who like Coinbase? I feel like Coinbase isn't going to be the company that makes crypto fun. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that.
I just mean like a general like community effort to do that, because I feel like nobody really pays enough attention to that part. That's that's what I'm saying though. It is our job, but even to push them in the direction of like, hey, explore like doing more content, support the community, like support shows like Thread Guys show. You guys are fucking, you know what I mean? Like, like you said, I really resonated with what he said of I've always wanted to live in the future. I've felt like that my whole life too. Like I love the idea of flying cars and robots, and I'm always like super optimistic, pro fucking AI guy. It's like reflect that in like a way that people can kind of see that and embrace. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like content makes it fun. Content keeps it like clear as well. And then the community stuff is in line with that as well, right? Is like it's less confusing. Yeah. I think we're in a good spot though. When are you talking to the MetaDAO guys? 4:30 or in 13 minutes?
We're that close. Oh wow. I didn't even know we've been going for that long. What time is it? 7. Fuck.
Bro, this episode, by the way, fast as fuck. Fast as fuck.
Bro, the other ones where we're like going for 3-4 hours, I'm like, damn, bro, I'm kind of tired.
No, my head feels like it's gonna explode after every fucking episode, because I also have the lowest IQ in the room. I'm like fried. My brain feels like it's fucking exploding.
But you know the funniest episode was the one we had Greg Osuri on from Akash.
So good.
You were gone, bro.
That was one of our early episodes too. I was like, fuck, bro.
You were like, God.
By the way, I was waiting for my moment the whole conversation. And then he finally said, yeah, I'm bullish on Apple. I fucking lost it. I'm like, fuck yeah, me too, brother.
Like, I'm a genius. I know what I'm talking about.
So stupid. Oh. So stupid. That's awesome.
No, that shit was funny. That was because that was also, bro, was like, I'm doing I use Claude in the shower. We were like, bro, what the fuck? I think that's actually what started you with the robot shit, bro. That's what got you going with the robot shit. See, really? Like, my wife's gone. I talk to Claude in the shower all the time.
I only talk to AI on the weekends after the hours of fucking midnight in the shower. Word.
Okay, bro.
That's too good.
Oh, fuck.
Speaking of AI, did you see Elon Musk I feel like not enough people talked about this. We have 10 minutes, so fuck it. I saw this tweet, AGI within a year, and Elon Musk responded to it. Oh, did he delete the tweet? Oh, no, he didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, literally nobody saw this tweet. When the fuck's the last time you saw an Elon Musk tweet with 3,000 likes on it?
Yeah, it's weird.
The bro owns Twitter. Weird, right?
The algo hit it.
So weird. AGI in a year, brother, shit's about to look wild.
Bro, I wonder if we're discounting XAI. Like, I wonder if we're discounting XAI. Everybody talks about ChatGPT and OpenAI. Everybody talks about Claude and Anthropic. Like, people even talk about all these Chinese models, but nobody really talks about XAI that much. Like, they've kind of been lagging behind, I think, on all the model stuff. But X, I think Nikita's crushing it as like head of product at X, by the way. I think they've been shipping a ton of really good updates and shit. I think the X Money shit is really cool. And if you believe that like X is going to be the everything app, and there's going to be
they're clearly trying to do that.
Like they're like focused on live streaming and video heavy. They want to come for TikTok on the short form. They want to come for Twitch on the live streaming. Then they're also focusing on like the like scrolling your timeline where it's like gives you the next video, the same shit that like IG keeps everybody's locked in that way. Yep. And then they're also focusing on like the money aspect. Like you can get a debit card through X. You can store all your like ad revenue. My shit is just in my X account now.
What's the shit I just saw? What's the AP? What's the what are the returns of just keeping your shit 4%. That's insane.
Yeah, like 4% for just keeping your money on X right now. and they're like also have XAI. Like, I don't think a lot of people are like realizing how much that could impact things if they're able to get all of that real-time data immediately. Like, their model, I feel like, should be the one that's crushing, to be honest.
We talk about it all the time. It's that you can't sleep on the motherfuckers who have the distribution, the Twitters, the fucking the Facebooks, the Meta, Apple, and you can never count Elon Musk out of anything, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And these, again, it's like, again, we're on like tech Twitter, so it's easy for us to like kind of like, I don't know, for a long time it's been Anthropic's kind of like front running the race, whatever. But no like average person really feels the difference between, you know, a Fable 5 or a GPT 5.6 or a Grok.
It's true.
It's like all relatively the same to them. So it's at that point, it's just UI and like what people are familiar with and trust. That's why I think Apple's the pick to like win it. Because Apple already has that trust built. Apple's like a rare like tech company that people fucking love.
Yeah. And also Apple, they just hired that dude, the guy Turnus, which is their new CEO. He's like a super smart hardware guy. And if you think the costs of like running all these models are going to go down a fuck ton, you should be able to do like a lot more stuff locally, directly on device. So I think that's honestly another interesting area where Apple should, in theory, dominate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a pinned conversation in your iMessage. You're like, hey Siri, just go through my emails and tell me what the most important 3 are, you know?
Yeah. True.
Yeah, that's all I have. I mean, we ran a fucking great episode. This shit was smooth, bro.
I think that shit it might be our smoothest one. Like we might still be getting better.
This went super smooth, super easy. Chat, as you guys know, let's get some W episodes in the chat. I'm going to be passing off the reins to Z for this post show. He's going to be talking to who are you talking to at MetaDAO?
MetaProfit, I think.
So yeah, I think he's in the waiting room. He's ready to go. So I'll let you guys get to it. And Z's just going to be live for as long as he wants on TAs, charts, trading, etc. I got the pre-show. He's got the post-show. I'm going to stay live on Twitch and Twitter. And I think we're looking like we're going to crack 40K across all platforms today.
Nice.
And Z, yeah, you're at fucking 22K on Twitter. So clearly people were looking forward to this Brian Armstrong thing. That was fucking awesome. WZ in the chat for getting that one lined up, because that was really glory to God. That was
smooth.
Sick timing too. Let's get fucking Vlad on. Let's get Kobe on. Let's get all these guys on, bro. This is the show.
It's momentum. It's time.
This is the one. Absolutely. All right, guys. Chat. Appreciate you guys. W episode. This was fucking awesome. My brain doesn't feel like it's bleeding or about to explode, so that's a good sign. And yeah, best show yet. W. Awesome. This is great. I really, really appreciate it. We really, really appreciate it. Love you. Obviously, every Thursday, 1 p.m. The show is going to go on with Z. Without further ado, Z, take it over, brother.